script read just for fun.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched it for like 5 minutes and then I got bored.
I mean, it was cool to see everybody, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, I'm not watching all of this.
And guess what? Basehead ugly chick was not there. Brie Larson, because she thinks she's above it all. I can't stand that snarky chick. Bro.
But you know why? Because she's busy being on her channel trying to represent, I don't know what.
No one cares. You're not doing anything in quarantine, Brie Larson.
That and she's throwing a fit about the whole Star Wars thing.
I don't give a crap what she's throwing a fit.
What happened?
What?
She doesn't need to talk.
Wait, what?
Kennedy is out.
Good.
Oh, yeah, because she made bad decisions.
Yeah, she's trash.
No. See, the problem with Brie Larson is
her trilogy.
The problem with Brie Larson is she thinks it has to do with gender. No, it has to do with making some bad decisions. It doesn't matter who it is. You make some bad executive decision that cost the company money. Guess what they're gonna do with you?
You know what? We like Rogue One, and guess what?
Send you up the river.
Rogue One had a girl in charge and ate your gender.
Yeah, and Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars film.
It's one of the best ones.
And guess what? People didn't like Solo either. Guess who was the main character of Solo?
Solo was garbage.
He was trash.
Solo was trash.
Solo was
talk about the definition of try hard, dude.
Solo was painful.
They didn't try hard enough.
No.
Sure not.
Talking about now,
it was more like hot Solo.
Now people are trying to like give petitions to get a sequel out. Get out of here.
No, why?
Actually,
it's awful.
Actually, speaking of Star Wars, did you hear that Donald Glover just got confirmed he's doing a Lando Disney Plus series?
I heard about that.
They're doing so many Disney Plus.
I don't care.
You didn't care for him to be Lando?
I wasn't impressed.
But,
I thought it was another pandering situation. Like what value
pandering?
was it? What value was it for him
playing Lando Calrissian? What's the pandering?
He did a good job as Lando.
He did a good job as Lando.
I understand what the
they gave him a backstory and they made him pansexual.
Yeah.
Well,
what was the point of that?
Welcome to 2019. That's what that was.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
that's not. So wait. You hate the character because they wrote something odd about him?
I never said I hated the character. I never said that.
They made the original Green Lantern gay too, because.
But you also hate.
Yep.
You gotta,
his kids.
Whenever you feel like they pander, you start hating on that character.
I hate the way they wrote the character because that's not the character that we saw in the other films.
What other film?
Lando,
the Empire Strikes Back.
Well, okay, let's clarify something. How much of Lando did we really see in Empire Strikes Back? Other than him hitting on Leia and then turning on Han. Not a whole lot.
He still made enough of an impression for us for him to have a fan base, a legit fan base.
Well, yeah, because we finally had somebody brown who was an actual hero in Star Wars.
I'm going to say this. I will say this, and people are going to hate on it again, but he was better in the extended universe.
Oh yeah. But they always were.
A lot of characters were better in
universe.
Yeah, seriously.
Everyone is better in the extended universe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody was fantastic. Boba Fett was fantastic in the extended universe.
They gave him a reason to be cool. They gave him an actual reason to be cool.
But you know what? I'm happy because she's gone. The destroyer of Star Wars is gone, and now that she's gone, everyone is like letting loose all this crap about her.
Yeah. That's what happens.
The alternate endings that were planned, and for Rise of Skywalker. Apparently, they actually had Anakin come back as a Force ghost, and that was recorded. And she threw the scene out.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
Like, you get footage of this guy. He's not even at the credits. Dang.
Wow. Anyway.
Oh.
Well, 7. It's not 7 yet. We got some time.
And they have more. Guess why? They have an official reason why Rey is Skywalker from her, and it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
What? Carrying on the name, pretty much like they did in the movie.
No, because she and Kylo Ren were a Force dyad.
No.
When he died, she absorbed his essence and became a Skywalker.
No.
Doesn't work that way.
No.
According to the novel, that's how it works.
Well, screw
that. Doesn't work
novel.
that way. No one likes those novels. No one reads them.
Wait. I hate. See. Once again, that's called bad writing.
What is a dyad, anyways? I never even heard of that.
So they kind of did this with Last Jedi, which explains why Rey got so powerful.
Some people are just born paired in the Force.
Yeah, they've been trying to push the Rey Kylo.
Who's sitting outside? Because I hear wind.
Sorry, that's my fan.
He did explain that earlier.
Here's the thing.
I didn't even hear it.
Here's the deal with Kylo. People started freaking out over some of the stuff they were doing with Kylo and Rey.
It was stupid.
Yes.
How you going to teleport a lightsaber?
The funny part is there was no Kylo and Rey. People were trying to create that situation.
No,
and they painted to it.
What I'm talking about too is like how good Rey was, when she had never been trained.
Yeah, I swear I call that the Power Ranger syndrome. That's what Rey was.
So you know what their explanation was? That Kylo and Rey were linked in the Force, and that she was so good because she was pulling his experience into her.
That's stupid. That is.
And that's
so
why
stupid.
That's why they could talk to each other.
There was no indication of that in the films, other than the fact that she was looking at his Lego chest.
Exactly.
Like legit, that's what it is.
That's all that is.
They did say supposedly in the novel in Last Jedi when they touched hands, she supposedly absorbed his knowledge.
But David, what did you say about if you got to explain something in a novel?
I know.
That's stupid.
That's trash.
It's like if you don't have a proper exposition or something to show us in the movies that this is what happening.
They should have. That's something could have been easily shown in a movie. But they decided, to show us
she had
a chest.
Because she had 3 Force visions. You tell me in there you couldn't have her absorb information, nothing.
Right.
But no, that's their BS excuse for why Rey isn't a Mary Sue. Why she didn't need to be trained and why she's a Skywalker.
No, boo. She always needs to be trained.
She did get trained. She did get trained, at least in Rise of Skywalker.
She kind of got trained.
They at least alluded that she was being trained by Leia.
She kind of got trained by Leia. Leia got lazy.
No, it's her explanation.
She's like, I'm
why
tired.
She could do everything she could in the first 2 movies.
She said, I'm tired.
Yeah, she went took a nap and died like the old lady she was,
and
bro.
You know what?
That's what happened.
I don't care because I'm never going to forgive one thing. We never got all 3 in the same place at the same time.
No, and it's garbage.
And we never will now.
It's unacceptable.
But apparently, some hint. We know Ahsoka's going to be in the next season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think
there have been some rumors that Luke is Mark Hamill is negotiating whether or not he's going to show up. So we might get to see actual Republic era Luke, which I am hype.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, they would have to write it in. What I'm afraid of is them, using The Mandalorian as a way to appease fans instead of telling a story. I don't want that to happen. They're trying to make appeasing fans.
Well, not with Dave there. Dave's not going to let that happen.
I hope not.
You know who's taking charge after
between Dave and Jon Favreau? There's no way they're going to let that happen.
It's Dave. It's John.
Dave Filoni. Yep.
And guess who's back?
George
back
Lucas.
Again. Yep.
Yeah.
George is back.
Wait. George Lucas is back?
Lucas is back in charge, baby.
Oh, no.
No, wait. We'll see what that
produces. Oh, no.
Here's the thing. Let's be real. Not all of his decisions were smart.
No, they weren't.
No.
Okay.
The problem with the prequels was that he directed them all instead of doing it like he did with the middle 3.
Can I just say one thing?
If he goes back to his original formula of having other people direct, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and another new guy, the guy who was supposed to give the dude who was supposed to direct Rise of Skywalker, give him a shot. There'll be some sick stuff.
Actually, Bryce Dallas Howard did a good job too.
You know what is the perfect combination?
Bryce Dallas Howard. Who was that?
Yeah,
George Lucas can come up with a great story.
Yeah.
He just cannot get. He just can't take that from paper to film.
Yeah, execution.
Unless he's got people willing to give him crap,
who can see his vision, like
George Harrison, like Harrison Ford is like, George, people don't talk like this. Unless someone's willing to call him out on that.
Well, the problem is George is in old man status, which means I'm gonna do what I want. I'm George Lucas. He ain't did.
Is he?
I don't know.
Prequels.
He's got
his
his
prequels. He did what he wanted.
But that's the prequels, though.
But he didn't want it. He didn't
Here's the
learn.
thing.
No, here's
He's
the
got
problem
his
with the
Padawan.
prequels.
Since he's got his Padawan, Dave Filoni there, bro, he's going to let him have some free wing to do what he wants to do.
You hope.
Well,
I mean, so. I mean, it only makes sense.
That's how it was in the Clone Wars series.
Well, yeah, in the series, after everything else went belly up, and we got Anakin giving rape stares and talking about sand.
You know what? You know what? You talk about that,
real.
dude, but you overuse that line so much because you love it. So get out of here.
I like the sand line.
Oh my god!
Because it was an excuse to touch skin. That's why. That's why I like it.
And
let's
we all
be
know,
real.
like you said, Batman was the biggest team. So
we all know what why the prequels were the way they were. It was after he shows back up in the studio after 20 years.
Actually, wasn't Kathleen Kennedy involved in that too?
She was a producer.
She was still that.
Yeah, she was around.
No, you know what happened was
still involved.
Nobody was willing to gainsay Lucas. Because after 20 years away from Hollywood, he comes back. Oh my God, it's George Lucas, the genius, and nobody was willing to call him on anything.
I feel like he fired people that told him no.
Yeah,
he probably did.
Yeah,
I feel like George was like is that person like he's like, so I'm gonna bring in this guy. His name is Jar Jar Binks. George, no man, you're out. Oh no.
No, I actually, and I can say this with authority because I've been watching some interviews from the production of the prequels.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool about it. Like the reason Mace Windu got a purple lightsaber, he asked for one.
Yeah,
Can I have a purple?
Well, that was in the contract for him to play. That was a stipulation.
And they recorded it, so there's nothing they can't deny nothing.
That was the only person George Lucas couldn't defeat.
That was
oh yeah.
I want a lightsaber.
I actually watched that conversation.
Yeah, Sam, what did you want? Get a stutter?
Yeah,
no.
Legit. Yeah, exactly.
I actually got to watch that interview. I actually got to watch that. They recorded that.
Yeah, it's on film. Yeah,
that is amazing.
And he's like, "Well, good guys have blue and green." He's like, "Oh no, purple." He's like, "Oh well, maybe a purple. We'll see about purple." And she shows up with a purple lightsaber.
And they had to make up some lore to give Mace a purple. They had to do it. They had to do it.
Well, that's the thing. And Lucas, okay, you say Lucas had to make up lore like it was some job or chore for him. Let's be real. You want to act. You can't make Lucas shut up about his lore.
True.
You point to anything on a set.
George Lucas is the old man white version of David when it comes to creativity stories.
Yes.
He can come up with a story in a second, bro.
It's like pick up a twig.
I mean, creatively, I'm saying.
Because
you get mad, but
look at that.
If I tell you to come up with a story, dude, you'll come up with something like an hour tops at the max, and a whole dang thing. So stop. Don't get mad.
Black old George Lucas.
I'm talking about creative wise. I didn't say looks. You're Forrest Whitaker, but everything else.
Oh!
Why do I get Forrest Whitaker?
Nah.
Forrest Whitaker's a live action droopy dog.
Real.
Why do I get that?
If you asked Lucas about anything on set, he would put his clipboard down and tell you the backstory and why that technology is being used. Because that is George Lucas.
Okay, isn't this the same George Lucas that told Leia that underwear didn't exist in the future?
You know what?
Just wait, what?
Leave it.
Wait, what?
Leave it. They need no need. They have no need of such trivial things in the future.
But so in episode 4, there's a reason why Carrie Fisher was wandering around free in that white gown is because she had no restraints. And they asked, she was like, "Why can't I wear?" And George Lucas literally told her, "Underwear does not exist in his universe."
Yeah, he was being a perv.
Yeah, he was being. I'm just saying.
He's totally being a perv.
Dude, what the heck?
Dirty boy status up in that joint.
Seriously, good God.
She was walking around like.
Oh my God. She was free. She was free to express herself.
Oh my God,
man! I don't even care. Like, you know what? We got Lucas back. You know
what?
I will tell you this straight out. I would rather watch the prequels 1,000 times than watch the Rise of Skywalker once. No.
Look, I'd say Rise of Skywalker of all three of the new ones, Rise of Skywalker is the one I would watch more than once because it fixed everything up. Still, there was a lot of ridiculousness.
Oh, absolutely.
Seeing the Knights of Ren in full for the first time, that was great to me. I was like, I want to cosplay them, and I don't cosplay.
Oh,
last
Knights of
cosplay
Ren.
experience I had was
By
traumatic.
Knights of Ren.
Yeah,
That was lame. That was lame. You got barely anything from
It's
them.
because it was a last-ditch effort to give everybody something they want.
Well, yeah, but you don't talk about somebody and not
they had to
give it
save
to them.
themselves. That's what.
No, they're not Smallville. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
let's
let's
give episode.
They had to give us something. That was
Let's
way
give
better
episode
than
9
Smallville,
its
man.
true title. Okay, Star Wars Episode 9, Damage Control.
I mean,
Damage control. Yes, absolutely.
But we knew that. That's why they brought back Abrams for damage control. They had to fix everything that Johnson did.
And you know what? Say what you will about the prequels, the dialogue is sucky.
Oh God, nobody disagrees with you about that.
But you know what?
The worst dialogue. The worst dialogue.
The Fall of Vader was a better story than the Rise of Rey.
The Fall of what?
The Fall of
Vader was not a better story.
The Fall of Anakin Skywalker
was not.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I don't think it was
a better story. The prequels told a better story.
We'll put it like this: the struggle was better for Anakin in the sense of why you kind of get it, but at least the same
Lucas
time,
knew where he was
still
going.
kind of flimsy.
That's more than I could say for Abrams.
You let old man status tell you to literally turn on everybody you knew and cared for. Please.
Again, you know what?
At least the prequels had a Black Jedi.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
They didn't cheat out on us like Finn.
You're right about that.
They did cheat us out of Finn.
Yeah,
they did. Right. They absolutely did.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it right here. Finn was the most interesting character in the whole movie, and they did
in the first film.
Absolutely.
In the first one.
Absolutely.
Because the second and third, he was exactly the same character.
Okay.
In the second one, yes. They like reset him. Like also he's back to what he was at the beginning of episode 7.
Yeah.
9,
which was annoying.
9 they grew him, but they also made him basic. They didn't make he no longer was special in 9.
He was interesting. Yeah. He was interesting in 7. They dumped all his potential in 8, and in 9 he was just there.
Yeah, he was basic in 9.
He was just there because they couldn't not use him.
He was no longer unique because also now we have all these other
stormtroopers
who defected, and they're like, oh great, so now he's no longer unique. Let me tell you this
right here. Rey is the most uninteresting character I have ever seen in movies.
Because they never gave her any backstory.
I agree with that.
Let me tell you who Rey is. Rey is Bella Swan, who somehow managed to escape her pervy books and got into Star Wars.
Wow.
She is a female self-insert.
Oh my God.
She has no personality because you're supposed to pretend to be her.
How dare you make fun of Daisy Ridley? How dare you?
No, I have all respect for the actress. I've seen some of the deleted scenes where she was actually allowed to, emote.
Be a person?
Yeah, to be a person,
Yeah. I have all respect to Daisy. Screw Rey Rey the character.
No, I agree.
No, yeah, Rey was
garbage. Rey was a garbage character. I agree with that.
Rey was Kathleen Kennedy's social justice vehicle. Oh, look at my strong, independent woman, and now shut up, Daisy, and say what I want you to say.
But what the worst part is like I would be okay if that was your platform, but build a good foundation to go off of.
It's like no wonder Brie Larson is buddy with Kathleen Kennedy. It's just like the Miss Marvel movie. I'm gonna make David explode over.
Oh boy!
The problem is, here's the thing.
No. I got your back on that, Chris.
Here's the man. Be quiet. You
Captain One Piece guy.
Be quiet. You like One Piece.
Captain Marvel.
Okay, you can't be playing. I'm just a girl.
I'm gonna say this.
Fight.
I'm gonna say this, and I will say this, and I agree with Ian when we talked about this. She was shoehorned in so hard, we all got bruises from it. And I agree with people when people are arguing like, why did they put her there? I'm like, yeah, I don't know why they put her in the front. It didn't make sense to me. Yeah, just on a you have 10 years worth of work and you're just gonna shove a character at the beginning of it all and create all these plot holes.
And I'm just gonna say this: why didn't you know what would have been really interesting? Give you want the strong female character for Star Wars? why couldn't Ray have been given Finn's backstory?
That would have been kind of cool.
It's not like they're, you know what I mean? You have
Yeah,
Captain Phasma. You know what I mean?
Use Finn.
Yeah. Why just be another scavenger on a desert planet for reasons? Why? Because it's like you have Captain Phasma who's in charge of all the
Oh
strongholds.
God!
Yeah, useless. Useless.
Captain
The
who now?
definition of useless
Captain
garbage.
Boba Fett too.
No, dude, Boba Fett was way cooler than Phasma.
Okay, in
At least Boba Fett did stuff.
At least
Phasma was trying to be shiny. Phasma was just shiny.
I'll back up Boba Fett this much. He did something. He didn't do a lot, but he did something.
He did stuff.
He at least turned over Han to Jabba. He did something.
Yeah.
I will tell you exactly who Captain Phasma
is.
is. Captain Phasma is Boba Fett 2 direct to DVD.
It's like you know what I feel like? It's like Phasma is just like Jubilee in the X-Men movie. They made a big deal to introduce her just to not do anything.
But here's what I'm saying: you have
for what?
You have Captain Phasma, so you're clearly not. You don't have no problems with female in the military. So have her be the ex-soldier who defects for moral reasons. That right there, you want a strong female character. That's a strong female character. Or like, yeah, I've been trained from birth to kick, to beat people up. And if you want to do Ray can't emote or whatever, then you have a valid reason for that to be because she was trained from birth to be a soldier. But how does personality work?
Yeah. The Mandalorian is the savior of the Star Wars franchise, and that's what we're going to end this conversation.
Yes.
Because we need to play some Rising Legends.
Yes.
So, gentlemen, it's been a minute. Who would like to go ahead and give us the previously on? In fact, you know what? No.
Yarxhan got drunk.
Oh, that was great.
Dholdorik did not.
I like how everyone remembers that one tidbit, like none of the other stuff.
First off,
nothing exceeds Yarxhan getting drunk. Let's be real.
Yeah, the serene monk who's one with all living things, taking full-on punches in the bar, dude. Like that's awesome. That's hilarious.
Yarxhan the frat boy will forever be the best thing ever.
God, what did I miss?
Yarxhan's not a frat boy. Yarxhan's not a frat boy.
He was in that moment.
No, he wasn't a frat boy. He was just going ham over his new experiences.
Chug.
All right. So who else to give us a So Brynar, you did miss quite a bit in that. So Chris, go ahead.
Oh yeah, he doesn't remember that he threatened and almost killed a kid too.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
There's reasons for that.
Whitetail did some things, man.
No, don't worry, dude. We didn't. What's that? What's that one jerk face y'all used to play with, Tyler? What's his name? Right? We didn't do that to you. We didn't do nothing that you would be uncomfortable with. I would never allow that.
It was story based. That's all.
Story based. Yeah.
It was all based on a narrative that was necessary for your character. So that was.
Yeah. Okay.
You went.
He technically is not a child, but. He's
okay. Chris, go ahead and Bane, go ahead and give us the recap, sir.
Okay. Let me pull up that map you sent.
You can put that up in the. Do you have that on your computer? Can you share screen or no?
Let me see if I can share screen. Give me a second.
I've got it up.
It was Mynos, right?
Yep.
That's the island, yes.
It's the island of Mynos.
All right. Let me see.
You guys have your Discord?
It said host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, man.
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
I didn't.
How it starts.
Oh, but I didn't.
Then boom, you're arrested.
Allow players. Let me see. Enable waiting room, player lock meeting, allow participants to mute. How do I? Man, I hate this crap, dude. Serious?
What the?
Matt, where's the dang bones at, suckerfish?
The what?
The bones are in the back right there.
The huh?
You know what? Mute.
It's funny you say. I called Ava a suckerfish the other day. It was funny.
How should
So
react?
I wanted to say sorry
I'm not a
about last
suckerfish.
week. Two things happened. And one, that Wednesday was my parents' anniversary. So they were doing some stuff. Normally that wouldn't have stopped me, but work was horrible that day. And I ended up getting tangled in this whole thing. So all the time I was going to have for preparing was gone. And then I did stuff with my family for their anniversary. And when it got to be about the time, and I'm like, yeah, I do not have enough stuff prepared for a full session. So I apologize. I should have called it when my parents told me their plans I should have called it the day before when my parents told me what they had planned.
And I cannot find how to let y'all share stuff.
But I'm like, I can still do it. And then work was horrible, and I could not do it. So.
More?
And I apologize again, but I got to turn my fan back on because I am bursting into flames over here.
Oh my goodness.
Open a window.
To the walls?
I can't do that because I can't do that because cats.
Yeah, and Ian, be sensitive, man.
My kitten has figured out how to get up onto my windowsill. Oh. And if I open it a crack, she can open it the rest.
Opening all them sweet walls.
No. No. No.
Whoa. Whoa.
He's like, no.
Don't do that. Don't do that to Rashawn's ears. Don't do that.
No, he don't know.
Should I say that's very inappropriate?
I know that song only from movies though.
Enable full screen, maximize zoom, scale to fit, virtual background. We do not use that.
Other news, I finally played that 2018 Spider-Man game.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Well, you're not behind because Miles doesn't come out for like another year anyway, so you're good.
That's the one everyone cares about.
Miles comes out literally in like 3 months.
You'll be next year.
Oh, what's up, Danger?
It'll get pushed back. Watch.
But no, everyone says that is like literally the best Spider-Man game ever.
Yes.
It is.
I cannot disagree with
I
that.
played a little bit of it. It definitely is.
Yes. Because I've played a handful. I haven't played every Spider-Man game that came out, but I played a handful of them. And I just couldn't do it anymore.
Y'all didn't play Web of Shadows?
I tried.
Web of Shadows. I beat Web of
tried.
Shadows,
That
and
game was great.
it was fun. I'm
sorry, not Web of Shadows. I'm sorry, Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, that one I want to play.
That game
That
was
one I want to
great.
play.
I didn't beat it, but I did play a lot of it.
That game
the other
was
one
great.
where it was Spider-Man in 2099 and they were swapped.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the future.
No, you play as different versions.
Yeah, that's where I got introduced to Spider-Man Noir in that one.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Spider-Man Noir one was the funnest level.
Yeah, I did like his stuff. His stuff was cool.
I was reading up on all of that. Like this is amazing. I want this game. His gameplay, just the description alone was so cool because you're throwing webs and you're throwing guns and you're doing all these crazy things.
Yeah, it was super cool. I could not find how to let you guys share screen. I don't know why. Here we go. Hold up.
You have to turn us all into co-hosts.
What?
You have to turn us all into co-hosts.
How do I do that?
No, because you didn't do it before.
Yeah, I didn't do that before. It was just allow share.
He just has to enable sharing.
Oh.
But where is that? Like, I can't.
I don't know, because I remember before when we did it before we were playing, we never had that. We weren't co-hosts.
Yep. Let me see.
Interesting.
We're cohorts.
You know what?
That was fun, and I'm super hyped because I finally got something in the mail.
Yeah.
Ghosts of Tsushima.
Oh man.
Oh, you got
That game is so friggin' phenomenal. Oh my god.
The moment I saw this
Oh my
game as a
God.
Kurosawa mode.
Chris, calm down. Calm down.
No. Literally,
He's saying
like
it all with his chest.
up
right
until
now.
okay.
Yeah, I know.
All
He's
with
over
his
here.
chest.
He's over there peeing on himself. It's like, calm down, man. It's
Oh.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't like. First of all, I don't disagree. Yeah. It's just.
baby.
Shut up, Gaijin. I'm gonna be over here geeking out
I
with
need
my
some baby
Nakama.
wipes. I need baby wipes.
Woo! That. Oh,
Wait,
that's
it's a baby
wrong.
No, it is a very. I will say this.
Oh,
Like the story's really
Hands
good, but like
down.
it's like the visuals. Like
You
you
throw
almost
me into
forget
the
this is a
game and-
PS4 game.
The first
No, like,
time I get to
hands
control
down.
the character, he's riding downhill,
Yeah,
fully
no, it's
armored
like-
on a war horse. I'm like, yes.
No, like hands down. I'm doing all the side quests. I beat the game like last week, but like, oh my God, like hands down the best looking PS4 game. No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you
No
forget that it's a PS4 game.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
God.
no. Oh, and how? Okay, I'm just gonna say this: the best mechanic for getting you from area to the what's it called? The navigation mechanic.
The wind.
Follow
Oh.
the wind.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh
So
my God.
Rashawn, you select what you want to travel to, and the wind blows in that direction, and you have to pay attention and follow the wind.
Oh, that's cool.
And like to do extra stuff. There's little animals and stuff that guide you, like birds and foxes and stuff.
That's super cool.
This game is like this was well thought out.
And like I said, it has Kurosawa mode, which is a visual mode where it's black and white with film grain.
Mm-hmm.
And you can adjust it and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good.
So it looks like an old black and white movie.
That's sick.
Which is funny. They're like, there's some of the Japanese developers said this game went against the rules because typically most Japanese games, all the characters are beautiful. This is one of the few games where like everyone just kind of looks like normal people, and it's
they look like real people.
Yeah, and it's still widely successful.
You've got people who've got nasty looking scars. You've got people with double chins, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks like a movie with actors.
Yeah,
it's like,
you guys see that?
I'm watching cutscenes, and you're seeing the sweat run down this guy's face.
That's amazing.
Like, real talk. Like,
you guys see that new
so
game
good.
that's coming out? The not Iron Revenant. What's that?
Oh, Iron Harvest.
Iron Harvest.
Yes,
That looks cool.
it's like a diesel punk mech game.
Ooh,
Yeah, it looks kind of
that
cool.
sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm all for anything that lets you build your own mech.
Mm,
Is that that's going to be multiplayer, right?
I would hope so.
If they let you do like a clan or a guild, I will. I am totally down to go squad up with my buddies.
All right. Well, I'm not going to waste time with this anymore.
Is that letting you?
I don't know why I can't find the option to let you guys share the screens.
So
I'm just
we
gonna.
showed up in Fort Gavin.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Because we're on the west side of the Rhinoth Range, so it's Fort Gavin.
Okay.
So we showed up there. There is corruption in the south.
Did I give you guys the map to Fort Gavin?
No, I have the map.
Not that Fort Gavin. No.
No, I scrolled through Discord, couldn't find it.
You gave us the map to Mynos.
Mynos, but not Fort Gavin. Okay.
And you gave us the.
So it's in Discord.
And you gave us the map to. What?
Oh yeah, we don't have this. Yeah. Oh no, wait! I remember this.
Yeah, where was it?
Because I fussed about the monastery. Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't remember this. Well, anyway, we've got corruption in the south part of the island that is very similar to the stuff we saw when we fought my Dholdorik's former apprentice. The nasty nano machine corruption. So Dholdorik is all about investigating that. There's something about the orcs who killed Whitetail's family. They are somewhere on the island, I believe. Which is why he's almost choked out the messenger before running off.
That's why. Okay.
Yarxhan got mad about something. I can't remember the specific. So he went into the bar and started making friends with soldiers who gave him booze, and he got drunk and turned into a frat boy for a while. I tried to track down Whitetail because I gave you all those little smelling salt things so that I could find you later. Except you ditched it.
What?
In a barracks, And because I was in dog form when I found him, I ended up getting jumped on by a bunch of ladies who were like, "Oh, look at the puppy," and I got stuck being petted while Yarxhan got drunk, and I was very upset about this.
Why did I ditch the smelling salts?
Are you?
This is a personal affair.
Yeah. Well,
You went full Sasuke. Never go full Sasuke.
Here's the thing. Your character, because you weren't playing that week, I had made it so that, you know, there was a reason why your character wasn't there. And when people are absent in the game, I try to make an in-game story as to why.
That makes sense.
And in your situation, you had gotten some information that could have led to finding information about what happened to your clan. So you went after it impulsively because, you know, out of anger.
Okay.
So, and you guys met Warwick again.
Warwick, I could not remember his name.
Warwick and Ophelia.
Yeah, so Warwick is an official member of the Aubergene Spire now.
Oh, cool.
And you guys communicated with him, and he had some information where it sounded like it had something to do with your old, you know, with the orcs that, you know, murdered your clan.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't quite sure. But it sounded like it was something that was legit, but you like forced it out of him, got pissed off, and pretty much threatened him if he didn't give you the information, he was gonna body him. So you took off. Because you're a ranger and you are very familiar with tracking and track, you know, you weren't ignorant of what the smelling salts were used for. So that's why you ditched the smelling salts. You didn't want anybody following you or going after you in this case.
Okay.
So you ditched him in a tent in Fort Gavin, and Dholdorik made the mistake. The one time he wants to be a friend, he ends up getting stuck in a tent, getting petted by Aubergene Spearmen, young ladies who are Aubergene Spearmen, who love the cute puppy. Because he was a big giant mastiff. And and he got stuck there for quite a while missing the great drinking shenanigans. And they met up with in a makeshift little bar area, mess hall.
Yeah, it was being ran by Christoph.
Christoph, yes. And so that's another new guy you guys met. And and Yarxhan was going ham. It was great. It was funny.
What happened to Genta?
He was there.
Genta got caught up, yeah. Oh,
he was with me in the bar.
Yeah, and Aaliyah was uncharacteristically very irate.
Yes.
The entire situation, even from the moment of getting to Mynos and all of that, because Nason had put you guys on this mission and she didn't appreciate, why. So.
And what happened to what's Chelsea's character's name? The turtle.
Turn to soup.
She's running off doing stuff for Nason.
Ah, okay.
So remind me, what is Aaliyah's actual position?
Right now, she's the liaison for with you guys. So you guys directly answer to her for everything that you do. If you're not talking to Xander, you're talking to her.
Okay.
So you guys got some information about the. Hold on. Over in the Aubergene Spires, Warwick has sent in a drone into these caves, which he was trying to scout out. And he got to a point where, again, as Dholdorik mentioned, there was a point where the drones could not penetrate. And that same darkness that you guys saw when you guys fought Kurtz back in the forest that long time ago with the corrupted nanites, that same exact energy is there in those caves, and the drones were unable to penetrate it. So he was showing you guys video footage of that, and it was unable to get any more of that. Now, there was a rumor that the knight that the Redeemer, who you guys are looking for, had possibly gone into the caves, because there was an orc village that is nearby who used those caves as initiation rites for their young to kind of prove their manhood. And so they usually go into those caves. They, fight beasts or whatever. They need to survive there. But a lot of them weren't coming back. And so it was the last whereabouts was that. It sounded like based on Warwick's previous experience of his encounter with the Redeemer, and that the MO fit the bill. So based on that, Nason used that information along with all of that to surmise that perhaps the Redeemer is in those caves somewhere, possibly. So Nason wanted you guys to go into those caves and try to find the Redeemer and try to retrieve him before. If you guys don't retrieve him before the week before the actual Festival of Laran actually begins, there could be a chance that you guys it'll take a while again. It'll set back the Aubergene Spires' efforts in finding the Redeemer. And it'll probably be very, very difficult at this point afterwards to find him again if you guys don't catch him now. So that's why Nason's having you do that. But as we mentioned before, Aaliyah is not too thrilled with this because there's a lot of information. There's not a whole lot of information that was being revealed, and a lot of people had made these arrangements behind Aaliyah's back without informing her, knowing that she's you guys' liaison and not putting her in the loop. And for obvious reasons, because she got all pissed off and, strong-willed. So, but yeah. And Warwick got slapped by Yarxhan and almost fell to the floor.
I was being motivational. I wasn't hurting him.
No, I know. It was.
He was having a freak out, so I had to get him to stop.
Yeah, he felt responsible for Brynar running off because he felt like he shouldn't have said nothing because the emotional outburst. He felt he was responsible when something happens to you, whatever.
It's like slapping a frantic person.
Talking, kept him good and all that. So
he was being frantic. I had to set him straight. Protect him like a drowning person.
Yarxhan and Aaliyah had a little bit of beef before.
We never actually finished that.
But even more so afterward. No, because you got sent to your quarters after her throwing a conniption fit after everything. This is pretty much the first time you actually seen Aaliyah being a woman, like a girl. Because she's throwing a little pissy fit about, being a woman. So, anyways. No, it's not her time of the month. Girls don't have that. Anyway,
Wait, now, never mind.
No.
Was this Ryan Freeman?
What?
Nothing.
Ryan Freeman?
Wow.
Yes, Morgan Freeman.
No Morgan Freeman.
Wow. Wow.
We got the same thing. See, y'all, that's 30 years of friendship.
Yeah, well.
All right. So all right, gents. So you guys are still at Fort Gavin. It's the following day. And then I realized I got to cut a lot out of this dang video. Anyway.
No Craig.
No.
Oh, no creepy.
No.
We don't need no creepy Craig.
We don't need no Craig. We got
the world needs creepy Craig.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's a very huge misconception. Anyway, so you guys are all at Fort Gavin right now. You guys are staying in the eastern quarters, and you guys wake up the next morning pretty much getting prepared for what's going to be the day's activities.
Is there any grass outside?
Huh?
Patch of grass outside the building?
Yes, there's grass around.
All right.
Especially over in the monastery area. You guys took some time to go around and go around the fort and kind of familiarize yourself with where you are, because you guys are kind of assuming that that's where you're going to be for some time. So you guys have familiarized yourself with the fort, with Fort Gavin, and what's there and what's around. So I guess it's safe to say.
What quarters are we at?
You guys are in eastern quarters.
Okay, wow.
It would be western quarters. I miswrote that.
Okay.
But it shows on the map eastern quarters, so that's what I'm just saying.
Well, since we're right there, it looks like there's like a bunch of trees and stuff right there. I'll just float around those trees and practice my Tai Chi there.
How bad is Yarxhan's first hangover?
Oh, that's not his first hangover, is it? Oh no, it is.
No, technically it isn't. After the pre-festival, I was very
Well, that was
Crazy.
that was the fire silk though. That wasn't
No,
alcohol.
that was coming down from a sugar rush. This
Yeah, that
is
was a sugar
to
rush.
be fair,
Yeah.
it's almost the same thing. It's almost
This is-
technically the same
this is
Depending
the
on the
hang-
alcohol. Depending
You
on the
know what?
alcohol.
I think that's a legitimate question. So, Yarxhan, I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll a. Let me have you roll. Let's see. Roll. Let's say Constitution. Constitution check.
for it's con for something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
blue, green,
Churro. Churro?
So wait, so it's just raw con or a saving throw?
Raw Constitution.
All right.
And whatever bonuses you have, that's what it.
Man, that was looking good. I was almost an 18.
And it's actually
An 8.
no kidding. So you're waking up the next morning. You got enough wits about you to know that you're trying not to break your routine. So you go outside and you're trying to, go about, your routine, but you're tagged, bro. You're decently tagged. I'm gonna leave it to you to explain to us how you're feeling. I'm not gonna tell you what you're feeling, but
I feel like while I will say, yeah, sure, right at the gate it was slow moving, but after some time in motion and around the trees and smelling nature, I settled. Can't go fast and hard,
okay.
but it was one of those moments I'm like, oh.
Now, to those around you, there's other spearmen that are walking around the fort, and they actually see you doing, your katas and your meditation, whatever it is that you're doing. Now, to the eyes of onlookers, you look like a drunken master. In your mind, you're focused and you're centered, but, reality is outside. Yeah, you're centered, you're doing the best you can, but everyone else looking at you, you look sick, because, you look like you're doing a drunken master kata, but it's just like, yeah, and actually some of the guys from the other night was like, "Hey, Yarxhan," and then other dude hits him like, "Dude, shut up, man! You can see him doing this stuff, man. Leave him alone." He's like, "Oh."
Actually, to be fair, that is one of the ways for monks is the way of the drunken fist. So it's possible.
Yeah. Is Yarxhan gonna go down the way of the drunken fish?
No,
He
No,
does
he's
not
not.
do it.
no.
That's just what it is right now. That's just what it looks like.
Right now he looks like a drunken master. He's not
Yeah.
planning on doing. I'm not planning
Yeah.
on doing that.
All right. So Brynar has not returned to the fort at all. He's still gone. So he hasn't returned. Dholdorik, you're trying to look around and try to find him, and he has not returned. So what else are you doing at this point, Dholdorik?
That is okay. I'm not. What kind of? This is tropical environment, right?
Jungle, yeah, jungle, tropical, yeah.
So not something Dholdorik would have ever seen before.
No.
So in that
Well,
case,
I don't know. Would he? You know more about that.
because that's the thing. Is this kind of environment on the mainland in Megiddo? Do they have jungle?
No.
Because I've never been off Megiddo, so in this case, he's out in the woods, pretty much getting his druid on. It's like, okay, so this is what it looks like when it's normal. So he has a baseline because we're gonna go see the corruption, and later.
Okay.
So he's off getting his druid on, so he can compare. Like, this is what it's supposed to be, and this is what it is.
Okay.
So he's poking animals, we'll see how they react. It's like, okay, this is the nature of this area.
Okay. Good. Genta, what are you doing at this point, sir?
So where am I?
So you're in Fort Gavin. You're recovering. You're coming out of your. You remember the night before you were escorted to your quarters, your guest quarters, and right now it's the next day, and yeah, you're in your quarters. What do you decide you want to go ahead and do?
Which quarters is it? The eastern, northern, or like where?
Man, you paying attention, bro?
It's the one that's labeled Eastern.
So eastern quarters is the one that's where you guys are all at.
Because East is West.
Yeah, because I totally blew that.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
East? I thought it said West.
Yeah, I'm gonna be exploring because it seems like an area that's very similar to where I'm from.
Okay.
Also feeling if I can kind of get more of a like familiarize myself with the area and surroundings and any potential like just anything I can learn about for in the area as opposed to like the corruption or anything like that and that sort of thing. Like to just kind of be ready.
Okay. So more than anything in Fort Gavin, you're just kind of taking in the scenery. I mean, it's a lot of dense jungle. The environment it's a bit humid there. It's nothing crazy. You're not like in the Amazon or anything. Every once in a while, there's a nice breeze that flows through. So it kind of gives everybody some, cool air. And in the morning, one thing you will do notice is that in the morning, the air smells extremely fresh. It's like, the trees there just suck up all the smoke and all the soot and all of the smells of meat and things like that. The liquor that you smelled that happened throughout the day, the night before, are all gone come the morning time. It's like the trees around just totally filter out all of those air, and it's like you're smelling brand new, fresh air all over the fort.
So we're on Febreze Island.
Okay, so so that's what everybody's doing. Okay, after a while, as you guys are exploring, you guys get your Argent Spear medallions, your little pins that you guys have on you. Yarxhan, Dholdorik, and Genta. Well, Genta does not have one, but Dholdorik and Yarxhan, your pins start pulsating, glowing, and you guys realize that is your pretty much a communication that's going off.
Table must be ready.
On that. So do you guys answer it? Do you guys leave it?
I know that's a comm badge.
Yep, you guys are well aware. That was when you guys first got it. That's what was introduced to you guys as your comm badges, communication badges.
I feel like I haven't had a chance to use it, so I'm gonna be.
This is the first time.
It's like
this is the first time we've used it as a comm badge.
So, so I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna look like that sister in a Zoom meeting that mutes and unmutes and then mutes it again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No.
That's Yarxhan's like, do I tap it once? Do I do it twice? Is it like, what is it called? The Morse code? What is?
As Yarxhan, as you're doing that, you hear Aaliyah's voice. So Yarxhan, stop. You just constantly hear that, and you keep on. You're turning it off and on, but she's getting interference from it, and she's starting to get visibly annoyed already early in the morning.
So I stop and just go press it one time and go.
Yarxhan, don't touch your comm badge anymore.
I just realized that. Yes.
I do the old man thing. I've got the video on, but I don't know how to turn the sound on.
Okay. You totally got this image of Aaliyah. She's there and she's sitting there talking, and you are hearing absolutely nothing. She's emoting, gesturing. She wants you guys to, you have no idea what she's saying. But Yarxhan, pretty much what she's saying is she wants you guys to report to the main garrison to get prepared for the mission that you guys need to go to in the Aubergene Spires and make your way into there. Okay.
The garrison.
So you guys got to report to. So pretty much what she wants you to do, she's making you guys report to the main garrison right now to get ready. Okay. She asks about Brynar, if he's returned or not. But unfortunately, Dholdorik can't hear because he's the only one that can answer that. But so Yarxhan, I mean, she does ask you, Yarxhan, but as I mentioned before, no one has seen him. He hasn't returned back or anything like that. So, so yeah, that's what you guys are told to do. You guys have to report to main garrison. What are you doing?
Dholdorik tracks down Yarxhan and follows him.
Okay.
As I walk, it's one of those things where I go to walk and then I kind of stop. A little puff of flame comes in my mouth. That was a bad burp. I did not mean to do that. And
Hangover burp.
Is that moment where you see like they visual going like, all right, body balance, and we're good. And I just start going.
Funny. All right. So you guys go into the main garrison, and sitting there inside is, I'm drawing a blank. But you guys see Alia sitting there. You guys see Warwick, and you also see my boy, my dude. Help me out, fellas. What's the dude's name? Delavan. There you go. Delavan. He's sitting there. And Alia's sitting next to Delavan, and, you know, they seem amicable. This morning, she seems rested. She's much more calmer than in Yarxhan, especially, you notice she seems a bit more calmer than she was yesterday. Less on edge.
I still give her a wide berth. Just kidding.
Yeah, of course. And so as you guys walk in, Genta, what are you doing, boss? Are you?
I've pretty much gotten enough of looking around, so I'm going to try and find the rest of them and follow them if I can find them.
Okay. All right. So inside the main garrison, Yarxhan and Dholdorik, Alia summons you guys in, and Delavan is kind of sitting there a little bit, you know. The mood is interesting in the room. They obviously had a discussion early. They've been up early already talking, making preparations for everything going on. As you walk in on the tables, you guys see maps and things. You see Warwick's drones. He has like a few drones like sat, you know, on the table, kind of like prepared, and set a bunch of like satchels and bags and things like that. And as you guys walk in, Alia looks at you both and says, "Good morning, gentlemen. I hope that you all had a rested evening." And she looks at Yarxhan and kind of gives him like a slow nod.
I give her a respectful bow.
Yeah, and
she still is my superior, even if she's wrong.
She all salt.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not gonna say I don't have some. I recognize my position. I'm still gonna be respectful.
Yeah, Dholdorik, she does the same thing, gives him a small nod, just like good morning. And she goes, where's Genta? Is he with you? Has he not come with you?
He unfortunately was not under our charge when the night ended. He was escorted by your guards, I believe.
Right. So, I don't know. I guess maybe I assumed that he would already have joined you this morning. What I do ask is that, again, his help and his aid would be greatly valued in this particular mission. And if he wishes to do so, I do humbly ask and charge one of you to ask Genta if he'd be willing to assist you. And that, in fact, and she turns over to one of the spearmen who's standing there. She has him, "Spearman, I need you to go to the guest quarters and retrieve Genta and have him please meet us here in the main garrison. Escort him here. I'm sure he doesn't quite know his way around fully within the fort." Okay? And he's like, "Yes, ma'am." And he immediately goes out and goes looking for Genta to the guest quarters there. So she continues forward. She's all, "Brynar, unfortunately, as it seems, has not returned from his personal quest. Hopefully, once you all reach the Aubergene Spires, you may be able to run into him before entering, and perhaps he can join you. Otherwise, you will be on your own. I did, at first, was supposed to join you on this mission, but I have been informed of some safety measures that have been put in place to make sure that you all will be retrieved safely. I must admit that I am a bit trepidatious about these security measures, However, there is one thing about the Aubergene Spire that I know is that when we are told that we are protected, we are definitely being watched. And on top of that, Warwick here has some information that he would like to share with you as well, which I will admit has put me a bit at ease. He goes, yes, yes, and Warwick kind of jumps in and he starts babbling. He's like, oh, and so what I want, and then all of a sudden he looks at you, Yarxhan, and he looks at you for a second. He like pauses and gives himself a breath and just steadies himself, and then he opens his eyes and he's like,
I nod as proud. I'm like, yes, and I have another one of those nasty little flame burps.
Acid reflux.
So he nods and he goes over to one of the bags. He goes, so, Spearman, today you will be traveling into the Aubergene Spires. I'm hoping that you all would be willing to help me to continue my research and cartography of the spires deep below. As you know, there are the caverns that we had discussed the night prior. I'll be documenting and I'm hoping that you all would be willing to help me to document this. As you all are going through the spires, there is an assistant that will be helping you. And he pulls out his pad and he pushes some buttons on the pad, and all of a sudden you see flying out of a bag this little like little mini, it looks like a mini drone. Think of
Can it look like a scarab beetle?
No, like Red Wing.
Oh, from
Cool.
Civil War?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Red Wing, he like comes out, and all of a sudden these little wings, at first it does look like a beetle, but like in that way, but it extracts out, and these like little wings like come around.
Beetleborgs. Oh my god.
Moves around, and he presses on some more buttons, and all of a sudden you see Warwick put on this little headphone speaker type of thing that goes around the back of his ear, and there kind of looks like a little Bluetooth speaker. He goes, testing, can you hear me? And you hear it, testing. It is super loud coming from the little thing. Everybody's like, you're like, oh, sorry. I thought I turned it down. Sorry guys.
I'm sitting there going like, it's like a little robin.
He goes, my apologies, Spearman. My apologies, gentlemen. This is my drone that will be accompanying you through the Aubergene Spires. He'll be documenting all the information, and we'll be keeping personal comm links here through the drone onto the screen here. And you turn around, and inside you guys don't see anything. He's like, dang it, I thought I brought that down. And he presses another thing on his tablet, and behind Delavan and Aliyah and all them open up this wall behind him, and it's just this big giant screen, and then two little screens right underneath it, and you pretty much see the camera feed of the little drone hovering and focusing on all of you guys. So it's a camera feed, and it's a high definition camera feed. It's not like static or anything. It's very high quality. He goes, we'll be watching and monitoring you guys through these. We've augmented. He goes, if you guys would please hand me your comm badges, that'd be great. Yarxhan and Dholdorik.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm busy I'm like close to the drone, like poking at it. Can we name him?
He doesn't have a name yet. I didn't have anything. I don't really name my, the technology that I'm given. I just, use it for whatever purpose it is. Don't want to form too many attachments. I mean, we're always creating something new all the time. But
I will name this one Ruby.
Okay, Ruby it is. I guess that's nice. Yeah. Okay. So Ruby will be assisting you guys and helping you out. And if you please hand me your comm badges. He goes, Brynar is not here, and neither is Mr. Genta. So we took the liberty of having new comm badges made for them, modified comm badges that they'll be able to use. But I can actually take yours, and he takes your. Do you guys give me your comm badges, Dholdorik?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you do that, and he places the comm badge down on this little disc, both of these little discs, and he pushes some buttons, and all of a sudden you guys see these nanites like just wave, like kind of consume over it, kind of like sand that's just going over it. And then all of a sudden this mound of nanites covers up both of the comm badges and then settles down and disappears. and then he picks up the comm badges and gives them back to you guys. And as you put back on the comm badges, you all of a sudden see on the screen Yarxhan's. You see like a heat signature of Yarxhan's silhouette on the screen. And same thing with Dholdorik. You see his body, and you see all of your vitals, and you see all of your health, your heart rate, all of those things there. He goes, so if you guys can see here, we're able to monitor your heart rate. We can monitor any damage that you're taking, anything of that nature. So if you're in danger, we will definitely know it. So you guys are going to be watched thoroughly through this whole thing. We understand that you're going to be put into a very dangerous position. And so Delavan here pulled some strings and contacted Nason and, utilized the technology that Nason had gathered in order for you guys to be able to be watched. But we still had to have as little people going into these caverns because, we don't want to arouse any suspicion or make any kind of ruckus with the Aubergene Spear possibly, maybe invading some sacred territory.
Who could we possibly be trespassing with in this location?
Well, if you don't already know, the Aubergene Spires are, as you say, they're kind of like spiritual. They're like, I would say, it's like a spiritual land, sort of. Right next to it is an orc village that, and he goes back kind of thinking about what he did with Brynar. It's an orc village that resides there that I'm sure Brynar's probably at somewhere right now. And anyway, they use that place to pretty much initiate their young men. They send them there as rites of survival and to prove their manhood. These are sacred grounds to these orcs, and we don't want to do anything to interfere with either their traditions or do anything to interfere with anything that they're doing. And we fear that possibly a huge presence of the Aubergene Spear being in places that we do not occupy, in the southern part of Mynos would be something that could possibly bring great offense. So we want to have as little presence as possible.
Do we suspect that the Redeemer is there? Because if he's in those area, he could change the balance and disrupt the peace that may cause these orcs to take this as a desecration of their land.
Well, quite possibly. And as I mentioned before, due to my findings as before with the MO that the Redeemer has and his record of helping people, how he helped my people at one point, and all of that, their young have gone missing during this time. Their young men who they sent in during these rites have disappeared. They haven't been seen ever since. And so we're thinking that maybe the Redeemer had found out about this, taken it upon himself to help these orcs and possibly bring back their young. How? We don't know. But if that's the case, which in my gut is telling me he is there, then that's where we're going to find him.
And I turn to Dholdorik. I'm like, and that's where we'll find Brynar.
And as soon as those words are found, the spearman walks back in with Genta following closely behind him into the main garrison.
I give a nod. Your Majesty. He's very shy.
Genta, you there? He went to go boo-boo.
Probably.
Oh, now he's good. Now he's
Yep.
So what are you doing, Genta? You come inside the main garrison. What are you up to? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kind of like look around as I'm getting in.
Okay.
And I'll acknowledge Yarxhan because he's the one that said hi to me.
All right.
Kind of like I kind of walk up to him and like pat him on the head.
And all I give is that big toothy dragon grin that I assume is very friendly.
That we keep trying to tell
big
you
giant
isn't.
monkey hands just like pat you on the head, just like.
Oh, he booped the snoot.
No.
So when he walks in, Aaliyah says, Master Genta, we're glad, or Your Highness Genta, we're glad that you have joined us. I would like to personally ask you. I know I gather that you slept well.
Yes, of course.
So great, good. Because I'm sure, based on last night's events, you needed a lot of rest. So I'm glad you're able to join us this morning. What I did want to ask you, I don't know if you remember from the events from yesterday when we arrived. There was a specific mission that these gentlemen are going to be going on today, and the Aubergene Spear would welcome any help and assistance that you can give, and perhaps joining these men in this mission, if that is something you'd be interested in doing.
Yes, of course. Yes, you fully have my support in that.
Excellent, thank you. And when she says that, she hands you Genta one of the comm badges. That was one of the modified comm badges.
Ah, brilliant.
And I nudge him. You only hit it once because apparently it doesn't. I had to learn you have to hit it once, and then I never turned mine off. Oh no, I didn't.
And you're looking down. You see the blue. It's still like bloop, bloop,
Yeah.
blinking.
Like the old phones are.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh,
It's just on.
Yeah.
awful.
So Genta, you place on the pendant or the comm badge, and all of a sudden you look at the screen behind you with show, and you see this little floating little drone thing with wings that's hovering around and kind of just like buzzing around the room, kind of, just scanning stuff and just kind of looking around. And behind there is a big giant screen with vitals, and all of a sudden when you put on your badge, you see a silhouette of your body what looks like your vitals and all that. Now there's some information that is missing because it's not quite sure of completely what you are. So, some things so like with Yarxhan, you see his race, Dragonborn. You see, all of his vitals and all of his nanite energy is on there. But on yours,
You ain't all my business.
but on yours, it says, species unknown. There's a lot of places that says unknown because doesn't quite recognize you and what you are. But it has your basic vitals and everything else.
I know it's okay. It doesn't tell that I'm allergic to acorns, so it's okay. It's okay.
I think it might actually.
So
acorns.
And then
does that come up often? Does that come up often? I really want to know.
And
you didn't hang out with the foxes.
I don't think you want the answer to that question.
I knew a lot of squirrels in my time. It comes up a lot.
It's good toilet paper.
That's nasty.
So Delavan, that's how he found out. He couldn't walk for a week.
Oh no!
He had a big dumpy on him.
Oh God!
You could say Yarxhan was thick that week.
Dummy.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
So
he's gonna make you act up.
So Delavan gives Yarxhan the extra comm badge, the modified comm badge, and pretty much tells him that once and if they run into Brynar, that if you run into Brynar, that they're to give you this comm badge. And once you retrieve that and they see you put it on, then they'll know that you're okay. So that's why it's very important that they deliver that to Brynar.
And as you mentioned, I just want you to understand that he is suffering. So don't take, and I especially look at Warwick, don't take to heart his reaction. He misses his family, and he misses those that were part of his clan. This is a passion. This is a part of his heart. So understand his anger.
And as you finish those words, Alea chimes in. She goes, because of that as well, the Aubergene Spires' understanding of certain issues when it comes to family, when it comes to friends, when it comes to loved ones. And the Spear is willing to, we'll say, overlook this overstepping of orders. So we can see, I'm sure any of us who are in a similar situation would most likely do the same thing. And so because of that, I just want the rest of you to know that no repercussions will come against Mr. Whitetail once he is found again.
I'm very excited, and I literally give her a hug. And, oh, sorry, and I pull back and just, well, sorry.
She kind of looks just like
pull back is like, sorry. I'm just very happy that you're willing to overlook this misstep and understand his situation. You are very kind and wise. I appreciate that.
She's just like,
I'll go back to the king. I'll go back to the.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And I just go back and stand next to him.
And Delabon's like looking at her like, ooh, just like, like nobody touches it.
Like I don't regret it, but at the same time I'm like,
yeah.
I won't do it again.
So
I'm not upset that I did it.
So you all have an hour before I need you all to go ahead and start with your journey to the Aubergene Spires. You all will be taking the airship port down below. Now, this is going to be, I will say, a bit of a different way of entering in, I'll say, to the area. And she looks at Delavon and she goes, would you care to explain? Delavon's like, oh yeah, okay, all right. So here's the deal. This is going to be a little bit unique this time around.
I sit on the floor, excited.
Are you all do you all love the air? Do you love nature?
I love nature so much that I sleep with it.
You sleep with it. I like that. The air, how you feel about the air?
I need it for life. It
Great.
brings balance to my soul. Oh, sorry, this is in class.
Excellent. Do you all have any problem with heights? Does anyone have a problem with heights? You guys who came here in the airship, I'm sure you guys have no problem with heights, right?
I love heights.
Great. Excellent. Excellent. So with that being said, we will be flying you over the southern part of the Aubergene Spire.
If this is not an airdrop, is it?
And it is most definitely an airdrop.
Yes! Yes!
So
I get to
you
fly
will
like
be
Ruby.
going over the Rhinoth Range, and as you go over the Rhinoth Range, we're going to have you actually drop off over the Rhinoth Range of the mountain.
I can't turn into a flyer yet.
Your maps. You guys are pretty much going to be skydiving down onto the Aubergines, the tail end of the Rhinoth Range.
This is dope.
You guys will be flying down. You guys will be flying down and landing on. You guys have a target that is in the mountains. After which you then will be traversing through those mountains into the Aubergene Spires. This is to detract from any attention from the Orc village, or to detract from any possible attention that can be given from coming in through the usual way, which usually is the one way, which is from the Orc village on through the Spires that way. So this is an attempt again to minimize any attention being brought to the spirit dropping down into these spires.
So is our goal to map out the area or to find the Redeemer, or both?
It's going to be both. And that is why you're having your Ruby come with you. Not only is Ruby going to be mapping out the area of the Aubergene Spires where you're dropping is an area that has not been charted yet. So Ruby will be taking information as you guys are doing the drop, taking aerial shots, and then going into the mountains and carting out any information which she can find as well. And then as you go into the caverns underground, Ruby will continue to cart any other information that they may find as well. And if you do run into the Redeemer there, we're hoping that will be.
So as I'm taking it in, I go like, yes, this is great. Wait, Dholdorik, didn't you not send drones in that direction and it didn't work?
He's all, well, yes, I did, but I sent the drones in through the other direction on the eastern end, usually from the end where the Orc village is, and that direction is straight through down into the caverns. This time, you guys are coming in straight down from the top, and you actually, and he pulls up another map, and you all, actually, I'm going to need you all to see the map here, the part that I was able to chart. And in a second, I'm gonna have you guys go into your Discord, and you're gonna see. A second here. Oops, that one. All right. Your files are too powerful. Okay, it's like that.
Did it actually say that?
Yeah.
That's laughs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty funny. Let's put it from it. Okay, so instead, what I'm gonna have you do, you guys are in Google Drawings.
See.
I did put it up there.
Wait, is that a Genta avatar we see right there? Wait a minute.
Yes, it is.
Oh man.
Avatar?
Oh man.
Yes, it is. So sections 1, 2, and 3, Warwick is kind of explaining. He's all, this is the part that my drones was able to to track and to find. Unfortunately, once we get into this new area, I could not go further. So out of game, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's the dark, corrupted area.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I cast Magic Missile at the darkness?
What?
So when we do the drop, so essentially when we do the drop, we're dropping where?
In section 1.
Okay.
Okay, where are you guys getting this map? I don't see it.
Oh, you got to go into
You gotta send him an invite to the Google Drive.
Oh, have you? Yeah, I don't think you have.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Oh wow.
He has not yet battled with us.
That's right. Yeah, he didn't.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Everyone's all excited. Got
I gotta figure out what I need to transform into, so I don't.
It shows that he was in here once before.
Was he?
His name is here, yeah. He's been in here before. It's all good. Oh no.
I need 4 more levels before I can fly. Dang it.
Oh, yeah, because he wasn't with us. Was he with us on the airship?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
he did battle with us. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
You're
what
right.
I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, he's been here before.
Because that's the only other battle
He
we've
just
had.
didn't have an
since-
avatar. We used a different avatar for him.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember. I still don't know. I don't have the link though. I don't know the link.
It should be in your Google Drive now.
Yeah, I still have it.
So I sent you the link, Chris. So you should
Okay.
you should find your email now. Go and sign in.
Called Monk Speed. What?
Jumping back and forth against walls and stuff.
That's right. Actually, I don't have that yet.
Aw.
I forget what level that is. But I do have the crazy like crouching tiger, hidden dragon like slow fall.
That's cool.
So as he's going over, as Warwick is going over everything, he says this is the part that we were able to do. These darkened areas is what I'm assuming starts the corrupted area of the rest of these caves. And from what I can guess, this is the place where
Oh, okay. I
the
remember.
other young orcs who are going in for their initiations had disappeared to.
What
I
are
did-
we afraid to find there if we explore these uncharted areas?
What are you to find there? Well, one of the things I can definitely tell you is 2 of the most notorious and probably most dangerous beasts here is giant spiders. I've had a few of my drones and my multiple attempts of trying to chart the terrain here. A lot of the cave spiders there have destroyed a few of my drones, and you should give one time, gotta just keep trying. So I've sent in quite a few cave spiders, and then there's these. I'm not quite sure what to make of these beasts. I'm assuming that it might be some kind of monster. I don't know, but I've had instances where I've flown my drones in, and they've gotten around halfway to to area 2. Partway into area 3, and all of a sudden they just go dark, and there's no corruption there or anything. They just go dark, and there's nothing else static. It's just the signal's gone. I can't quite tell you what that is, but I mean, I would just assume that there's some things there maybe that have to do with that. I'm not sure, but you know, that's.
It may have been eaten by a grue.
Oh boy.
But there's not much more I can say other than that. So the cave spiders, for sure, are definitely there. Please watch your step. They are quite deadly, quite dangerous. But you all are skilled individuals. I know you can take them on, but just keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, and you know, do the best you can.
I knew
and
a
again,
spider once. Her name was Carol. She liked weaving all the time. The only thing I didn't like about it is that she wouldn't leave me alone when it came to stories and stuff. I was just like, can you stop talking? I have things to do. She talked a lot. I don't understand why she did that. I didn't like that.
Well, I'm sure these spiders aren't going to be telling you a lot of stories here, Yarxhan. No, not at all. So, but please watch. Again, we're going to be monitoring all your activity on these screens here, making sure that you're going to be okay. And Aliyah chimes in, and all of these provisions are the only reason why I have I would say my attitude has quelled a bit, and I'm allowing you all to continue to go in further into these caves because I know that you will be supervised. The moment that I feel that there is a danger to you all will be pulled out immediately. And that is due to some experimental, I would say, extraction technology that we have, that we will have on standby if absolutely necessary. So keep that in mind that, again, if you're in a situation, you will be pulled out and you will be safe.
So how will we land when we jumped out of the airship safely?
Well, of course, the airship, and Delavon chimes in. Well, the airship is equipped with hollow chutes. Pretty much will bring in. A hollow chute. You've never heard of a hollow chute, y'all?
I've jumped out of trees who are very high, but I'm also a monk, so we can do that. But I've never hollow shooted anything.
A hollow chute is something that I think you'll find very fascinating, actually. A hollow chute is, who of you has heard of a parachute? Pretty much a parachute is kind of the same idea, but instead it's created by nanites that are refracting light in an image and still comes down as kind of invisible. So you guys are going to be not seen very clearly, but pretty much more like, I'd say, invisible, like shimmers kind of in the sky. If someone were to look very, very closely, from far away, you're pretty much near indetectable. So out of game, pretty much a hollow chute is going to be like a parachute that pretty much cloaks you guys when you guys fall down, and it will allow you to kind of like,
is it like it looks like Spirits Within, that weird kind of like energy globule, like when they jumped out of ships?
I'm just imagining a parachute that is like the helicarrier, digital camo.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but it's a legit parachute. But what it does is it cloaks you, so you pretty much look like a nanite thing that's slow fall, and the light refracts off the nanites to cloak you and the chute. So pretty much you guys just get invisible slow fall for however long it takes you to get on the ground. And they call them hollow chutes. So yes, and there's quite a few actually in the airship, but those will be at your disposal. And once you make landfall, the airship will leave, and the airship will leave. And so you guys are going to be down there, and again, you will maintain communications with us through Ruby, as well as your comm badges, individual basis, and through video as well. Your vitals and everything will be watched and maintained and monitored. So you guys will be going into this in the safest, and you guys are in safe hands. We can assure you that you will be all right. And again, even though it's experimental, if we need to use our extraction technology to pull you out, we will. Okay.
I was worried, but then I found out Allstate was here because we're in good hands.
With that being said, so good luck to you all, gentlemen, and good hunting And I have the utmost confidence that you all will accomplish your tasks. And really quickly, before you all leave, and you see her kind of like shifting around, Aaliyah shifting around in her seat uncomfortably. And all of a sudden you see Delavon like turn around in his chair, like full on turn around, and he like crosses his legs and he puts his hands up on the table, just like looking down with like this grin/smirk on his face, looking dead at Aaliyah.
So before she starts to say something, I just want to let you know we appreciate.
She's all, wait, just let me, Yarxhan, please, just give me a moment, okay? I need to say this, okay? So before you go forward, it is very important that you have, to me, that you have the utmost confidence in your leadership and in the people that are leading you. And it can be very dangerous if you go into a situation where any type of situation or any conflict that has been had with your fellow spearmen is had and is not resolved before you go into battle or before you do anything for them. One thing I can say about Nason, that is a rule. He never allows any of his spearmen to go into battle with each other in conflict, provoked, angry, or anything. And I would say that's one of his rules that I actually do cherish quite a bit. And he looks, and she starts shifting around more, getting more uncomfortable. And she looks up at Yarxhan, and she looks up at you, Yarxhan, and she's like, Yarxhan, I want to offer you an apology for my actions the previous night. I did tell you all to unwind, to take a break, and to do as you will. I'm not going to offer excuses for my actions. I will say, as you already know, that I am a very, very protective person. I expect a lot out of people I train and who are under my protection. And I allowed those emotions to get the best of me. And I acted out in a way that was not appropriate. And so because of that, I wish to offer you my apology. And she looks over at Genta, and Your Highness, I understand that you are a guest here among us, and it was very unbecoming and probably not the best first impression that you got from someone from the Aubergene Spire. It was not the best representation. And so I offer my apologies to you as well, sir. And as you guys are watching her just like uncomfortably apologizing, you guys can say she's being sincere, but this has been something she's worked on, trying to apologize for stuff. She never does it. And you see Delavon dude just grinning ear to ear. He is enjoying every bit of this. But everyone is dead quiet. And so she continues to say, it is important for you all to know that you gentlemen mean a great deal to me. You are an asset to the Spire that is quite possibly very invaluable. We all see it. I see it. Xander sees it, and more so Nason sees it. And I understand why he has chosen you all to take on these tasks based on what skills and talents that you have and information from the past. She looks at you, Yarxhan. Your master Torgen has spoken very highly of you and is actually, again, has been very observant of your skills for a very long time. And so knowing that you are now finally among the spears is a very amazing thing. But I don't want you all to go into this, and this could be a situation where even though you all will come back safe, you know, there is a very small percentage that something could go terribly wrong. And I would feel an immense amount of guilt if I allowed you gentlemen to go into this situation with any ill will or any ill feelings toward myself, and even worse, the Aubergene Spear and everything that it stands for, based on my actions the night prior. So again, I wish to offer my sincerest apologies, and I, as your liaison, will continue to work to keep my emotions in check when it comes to you all, and realize that you all are capable men, and you are capable of great things. And I need to tell you that I appreciate all that you're doing for the Spear. Xander especially appreciates all that you're doing for the Spear. And our leader, Nason Eleazar, especially appreciates everything you are doing for the Spear. So that is all I want to say. And immediately Delavar's like, "Oh my God! What? And he looks over and he looks boop! He tags his communicator, but like, did you hear that? And she looks over, at Delavar and sees his communicator blinking. She's like, did you he's like, nope. He goes, hey, that's 500. That's 500. You better give me my money later. Give me my money later. I told you you're gonna do it. I told you. He's like, boop. Don't worry about it, Aaliyah. You're good. You did a good thing, girl. You did a good thing.
So I just I bow my head. It's like, one thing Master Torgen has always taught me is that a good leader shows that they care. They shows their emotion. But the one thing he also said is that a good leader admits they're imperfect. And so all you have showed me is that you are a wonderful leader. I don't know how to have ill will, but I do recognize that sometimes I know I can't be balanced. Even though I promote balance and peace.
It's like
Master Torgen, what is the word he used? I am a walking natural disaster, which I don't understand what that means. But I have a big heart, that's what he said. But I also recognize that the reason why you feel the way you do is because you care. And so nothing makes me happier knowing that someone who's in charge of me and my friends cares enough for us to do the right thing. So I bow my head to you for being a wonderful leader to us.
And she just nods. Thank you, Yarxhan. Thank you. And she like just shuffles up and just kind of goes back, and she glares down at Delavar, and she goes, I swear to God, if that gets out. Okay, that's just between me and, hey, don't.
So does this mean I can give you a hug?
So, no, Yarxhan, no, I don't know.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
No.
We're not there yet.
It'll be a long time,
Who's still
Yarxhan.
there?
It'll be a long time, Yarxhan.
Okay. So the bow is good.
The bow.
Okay.
I love that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 feet.
Okay.
The bow.
Okay.
6 feet.
Okay. So, are there any questions? That you would like answered before you take off towards your destination?
If we do engage the orcs of this sacred land,
Delavan chimes in. At this point, the way that we're dropping you in, we tried to make it so that you would not encounter these orcs at all. However, if by chance that you do encounter these orcs, we strongly advise that you go after a diplomatic solution. Do not engage in any battle with them whatsoever. The southern part of Mynos is the only part of Mynos that is not inhabited by the Aubergene Spear. And so, if we want to keep things peaceful, it's extremely important that we remain very calm and do not provoke any conflict with these orcs in the southern part of the island. So all diplomatic, only diplomatic. And he looks at Brian. No, he doesn't look at Brian because Brian's not there.
Nope.
But we know that one of you does have a problem with orcs. So if you find them, please make sure that you try your best to restrain this individual. And we are speaking, of course, of Brynar, and to make sure that he understands the importance and the gravity of keeping the peace between the orcs and the southern sphere. That is, if he hasn't already caused trouble with them by now.
They prove to be who they could be, then that would be.
Hey, you're not here. You're not here. You're not here.
So not.
I will do everything in my power to seek peace and only peace. Life will not be taken unless our hand is forced to.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Dholdorik, you have any questions?
Dholdorik has no questions. He is just dreading the fact that he's going to be dropped out of an airship.
Sir Genta, did you have any questions? I know that we are thrusting you into quite a potential adventure. Did you have any questions at all?
Not really.
Regarding
The only question I can think of is that how long until we take? Because this seems like quite an adventure that I'm looking forward to, in all honesty.
Well, good. Well, we hope that as an ally, should you decide to become a permanent ally of the Spear, you'll perhaps go on many more adventures. More adventures with us. We'd be quite honored to have you.
Thank you.
And you kind of see Aaliyah give like a small smirk, just like, hey. You guys are starting to see as you're looking at Aaliyah, kind of, you're kind of starting to, I would say crack her a little bit, but you're starting to see, more
She's
nice.
warming up. She's warming up.
Yeah, she's warming up just a little bit more to you guys. Whereas before she was very stoic, very cold, very straightforward.
Not hard warmed up, but warming up enough.
Yeah. You're starting to see the first layer of the onion is peeling back, as it were. So that crunchy layer.
The crunchy layer.
So
I would like to get to the layer where there's hugs.
So basically, she's a marshmallow with spikes.
A lot of spikes. I mean, she's a drow, for goodness sake.
I mean,
that is a lot of spikes. Yeah,
to be fair,
that is a heck of a lot of spikes.
I mean, Driz was the anomaly, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Him and Jarlaxle are the anomaly.
Mm-hmm. All right. So she has you guys go to the you guys are in the main garrison right now, and she just has you guys prep for your adventure. So right now, as you guys go out, you guys are still in the main garrison. The main garrison is a large, like tented compound, like you see in the picture there. It's huge, tinted, and inside there are areas they're set up areas like you'll see medic stations, and a lot of things like basic needs, like you'll see other adventuring packs there. They have things like that. No weapons or anything like that is there. But as you see, a lot of things that they have there for things that are strictly pretty much for adventuring and exploration. So where you're at, you guys see medic stations where they have like healing, any type of healing things. You guys see just a plethora of other things. So what I'll do is if there's something that you guys are kind of interested maybe in getting that regarding healing wise, I'll just let you know right now. There's nothing like no improved weapons or nothing like that, but anything for your defense, for defensive items are mostly what's here. So if there's anything that you're interested in, what I will do is I will roll dice for it and I will let you know if it's there or not. But you guys right now are gearing up. So what would you like to do? You guys can you guys have, so she goes, you guys have 30 minutes before you need to arrive to the airship port. And so during that time, I need you guys to gear up and get your defensive gear ready and meet at the airship port in 30 minutes. You are dismissed. And silence. What y'all doing?
I am checking the player's handbook to see what armor I can actually wear. Because I gotta be careful about that because I'm a druid.
I can't wear any, so I'm naked. I mean, technically, I can wear bracers because they don't count as armor, but I'm naked.
You could get a tail ring.
Gross.
A tail ring.
I didn't go to college, so no. So, oh yeah, there is actually. So, I'm going to.
You guys can go. You guys can stay in the main garrison. You guys can go to the. If you guys go to, so I'll just tell you, the main garrison, the marketplace, the courtyard, and the South Garrison Training Depot have items and stuff that you can buy. The main garrison has all defensive equipment. Your South Training Garrison has defensive and very little offensive equipment, weapons, whatever. The courtyard has that's more like shops and things. Like it's like a little bit of food. That's other things there. So you probably won't find a lot of weapons there. Probably not even a lot of offensive stuff. But that's more like a welcome to Fort Gavin, the souvenir shops, like kind of idea.
Look.
The
Here's
more
the very first edition of the Mason Eleazar doll.
Yeah, exactly. And then marketplace has a little bit more of the off your armor, your weapons. Still limited supplies. Again, this is just a fort. It's a military fort, so it's gonna have mostly like your standard issue army type or military type things. Just to give you guys an idea. Okay, so you guys can explore around Fort Gavin to look for certain things if you wish, but you guys have 30 minutes to do so in game. I'm going to limit this to 15 minutes.
In real time.
In real time. So in real time, 15 minutes, that will equate to 30 minutes in game time.
So as we all walk off, I do my little very monk just dash towards like, go to the garrison!
So can we, for those who don't really need any, armor or other kinds of gear, can I look for magic items by any chance? Or is that too rare?
You could look. Well, it's not, again, there's no magic.
Okay.
Give me some nanites.
You know what I mean.
So nanite infused items.
Nanomachine.
Yeah, you can definitely look.
All right, let me see.
Now, just as I go in, is there anything, because I know they make gear that is considered monk type.
Okay, so the key is going to be you need to be very specific on what you're asking for.
Oh, so it's more of like I was the first. I did a lot of research on this for this monk because oh my god, he literally has to be naked like almost the entire time.
Okay.
I mean, not naked, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So
armored.
There's two ways it can go. Either I can get bracers that can kind of up my AC, or maybe there is essentially a light. I mean, even beyond light armor, like clothing that I could wear as a monk, but it makes it's a little more resistant, almost like Sane armor. It's super light and flexible for fighting, but can give a little bit more durability. Not much. It doesn't have to be crazy, but
no, I know what you're saying. I could definitely allow something like that for sure. Yeah, it's being a monk. It's not going to offer, like you said, that much because if you go any higher, that will affect your armor class as your part of your class.
Right.
Yeah, there'll be something that can most. I'll say this: if you were to get like a full outfit of something, it will probably bring your class up by 1.
I mean, that's
that's what I'm saying. But because you're a monk and you get more benefits being on armor.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather. I mean, 1 is better than none.
I got you. Yeah, but as a monk, though, I mean, as you know, you don't need nothing because defenses.
Right.
You know.
The options,
weapon.
The options just get better and better the higher I get. But yeah.
Right. Okay. So y'all got 15 minutes in game time to ask questions, what y'all looking for. That's gonna be important. Like, don't play. Y'all think it's a game. Y'all got T-minus.
And I think the only other thing is to replace my other sword.
Huh?
Because I have the one sword is just basic. But you know, I need something that's martial and finesse, but like stronger. Because I have the one that I took from the animated armor.
You still have that?
Yeah, I held on to it.
Okay. So yeah, you could definitely equip that and use that sword. Are you trying to look for something stronger than that?
I mean, because I have the one I took from the, like I said, from the animated armor, and I have the basic one I got from like when I started.
But you never messed with that, huh? You never used it. You just have it.
I have the one, and I have used it.
The one from the armor?
Yeah, I have it. It's equipped.
Yeah, it's equipped, but I don't think you used it.
I mean, it was hard especially on the airship, because I had to spend the entire time throwing Hadoukens.
Right. I'm sorry.
Which worked out great. Don't get me wrong. That worked out great.
I got you.
Moonbeam and Sunbolt.
I'm telling you, man, it worked out great. Throwing that radiant bolt.
Broken. After that game, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked into
he researched
said, is there any way to break that? Because Moonbeam is broken. But there isn't. So congratulations. You got a broken cantrip.
So I think the only thing I really like, I mean, to be fair, it won't hurt me if I didn't get a stronger sword, because I think I'm good where I'm at. But I think my main concern is getting me, maybe, like I said, a super light outfit to get me up like 1 AC. I'll take that better than anything. Hitting is not a problem for me. It's getting hits. It's the issue.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you, I rolled 24%. So here, this is more military. It's more, like I said, military. So you're looking at things that are more like leathers.
Right.
Things like that.
Which is that's even heavier.
Yeah, there's not going to be that much in the way of something like that. Even in a whole outfit for something. I mean, no, there's probably not going to be much. More than anything, there'll probably be more of a lot of defensive things for you. So like a lot of nanite type potions for healing and stuff like that. What you do see, though, I will throw this there because it didn't happen, is so the writing utensils that you've seen, you actually see small versions of the scribe scrolls that you saw in Daggerfell from the one vendor that did a lot of the calligraphy.
That's still, yeah.
You see a kit of that there.
Here, really?
Yeah, you do see. It's just one though. It's one, and it looks kind of dusty, like it's like never used, mostly, and nobody's touched it. It's brand new, but it's kind of dusty.
It's like going to Big Five and ask for a size 15 sneakers.
Huh?
It's like going to Big Five and asking for a size 15 sneakers, all the way in the back.
Yeah, nobody buys it.
Right. What's military going to do with calligraphy stuff?
Exactly. So you see something like that. You see that there. And when you see it, you know what it is.
Right. What are you doing with that?
And so one of the guys comes up. He goes, "Oh yeah, this thing, yeah, this box of pens and that." He's all shaking the pen and stuff, and you see the sand on the inside, what looks like black sand, but as you know, those are nanites moving down and moving around in it. He's all, "Yeah, I don't know what this here stuff is. It's like this here little," and there's a little bottle. He's a boop, and he pops it open, and this black like puff, like almost like old smoke comes out of it. And it's just like, "Yeah, I don't know what it is," and he's just shaking it around. I guess I don't know. You just write notes with it or something. Just like,
you know what it is? I'm that guy who's at like a flea market or swap meet, and the guy doesn't like realize he has like one of the best comics ever, and I'm having a panic attack because he's just manhandling. I'm like, do you not know what's in your hand?
Yeah.
Do you not know?
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, so I mean, I've been trying to get rid of this thing for a while, but I mean, nobody seems to want. I mean, heck, I don't even know what it is."
What would you like for that?
I don't know, like let's try to get rid of it. I guess what, 10 copper pieces.
I would take that from you. Yes.
All right, great. Here you go, man. Hey, 10 copper right here. All right. So you give him the 10 copies. Oh, hey, have fun with that, whatever.
Yes, I will have the fun. In the face.
Be like, hey, man, hey, I got rid of that writing set. So you got rid of that dumb thing? Man, who's the idiot that bought that? No, Dragonborn guy. Hey, don't listen.
Or I'm like, I'm the idiot, and I like run, and I just do like,
I'm the idiot. Oh my god, that's amazing.
And I do a like a handless cartwheel as I walk away.
Okay.
They're like, man, he's very. I'm very excited now. Of course, they don't understand, but
they're looking just like, oh, whatever. We made 10 copper off of junk, as far as they're concerned. Dholdorik.
I'm still looking. Sorry.
You're still looking. Genta.
D&D Beyond has a lot of things.
Yeah, well, don't look too hard. Like I just told you, I kind of gave you a baseline on what's available. If you were paying attention. So, Genta, is there anything you would like to look for that you wanted in particular to prepare yourself for battle, for your mission?
Possibly some armor or gauntlets.
Armor or gauntlets?
Yeah, specifically.
Okay. So if you make your way over to the marketplace, you find yourself some armor there. Rolled an 85. So yeah, there's definitely some armor there. The largest pieces there still aren't big enough to fit your frame. Again, you're uniquely large. You do find a pair of bracers there. And you find like a chest piece that could possibly accommodate you.
Like an armor plate kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is a plate that someone has hot glued a belt to. You may strap it on for protection.
I may.
Wow.
I don't know what that's inappropriate.
Huh?
That's inappropriate.
In these
When am I anything but inappropriate?
He has a point.
Y'all know what I'm about. Don't y'all be acting surprised now.
And you guys can think of that you want. You guys like literally got like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, let me look if they have nanite infused stuff, specifically, staffs. I'll go and look at those.
So nanite infused staffs. I'll roll the dice, see if they have it. And most definitely they do. I rolled a perfect 100. So yes, they definitely do. Yeah.
So
So in the marketplace area, you're searching around that area too. You're actually looking around and you actually see Genta that's close to you, kind of looking around and shopping too. He's kind of looking at some armor pieces that are strangely big, not quite big for his size, but you see him trying to try on the bracers and stuff, and he's picking up the chest plate and looking around at it. You're looking down over on the other side and you see these staffs that have these kind of like, they look like runes written into them. And in the runes that are written in, you actually see these black sand that's moving up and down the staff, constantly moving. It's not stopping at all.
Cool. So can I tell what any of these do?
No, you're not sure what any of them do. But, I mean, unless you try to pick one up and do something with it.
Is there a shopkeeper? Or who I can inquire?
Is there a shopkeeper? Are you going to yell for one? Like, what are you going to do? Of course, there's a shopkeeper. You're in a marketplace.
Oh no, my one weakness. Role playing.
No, that's some BS. That's some BS. Calling you on your BS right now. It's based on a Pokemon game. You can roleplay just fine. Let go.
All right, I grab one of the staffs and kind of heft it. But if I can get a feel for it while looking for whoever is manning this particular stall, shelf, etc. So I can.
What are you doing to the staff?
I'm just kind of like hefting it, like doing
a little flurries with it and stuff like that.
Yeah, like okay. If I was barehanded, it would be shadow boxing. You know what I mean? Just like
I got you.
Getting a feel for it.
Okay, fair enough.
While looking for a man who I may give money, so I may take this.
Okay, so you're walking out and you're kind of doing a bunch of flurries with the staff, and this young lady walks out, and she's like, "Oh, hi! I see you like the staff that you see there, huh?"
It's got a good weight. What does it do?
Oh, this staff in particular is really neat. May I? And she takes the staff from me, and she twirls it around. You see that she's equally adept with the staff, and then finally you see her spin around in the air. She lands on both of her feet and whips the staff directly in front of her, and all of a sudden you see the nanites jet out from the staff, and the nanites turn from black to green, and then all of a sudden it looks like a vine has been created. Ooh. Which is like this vine whip that stabs, and at the end of it you see these spikes that
vine whip
track in and out of it really quickly. Pow! And it slices, like it takes a chunk out of the ground and the grass that's on the ground, and she whips it. And she continues to spin it around, and as she spins it around, the whip is still extended, and she's moving it around. The whip is moving around her. So
that's cool.
Whip
it good.
No. Say that. See.
All I'm going to say is, no. I am giving up an opportunity to make a joke.
Rashawn did it for you. You're fine.
No.
I'm just doing the Devo reference. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
All right, fellas, what are you gonna do, Dholdorik?
I would like to buy this staff, but I do not know how much money I have.
Oh, excellent. So you're equipment. Yeah. Great. This particular staff sells for 5 gold pieces.
How much currency did you give us? I haven't bought anything since.
It should be in your equipment. Go to your equipment. It should say.
Yeah, I have 0 in everything.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I messed something up when making Dholdorik.
First of all, I'm a monk and I have 10 gold.
Honest.
I'm the brokest of classes and I have 10 gold.
So your background is modest. So I believe. Killing me, Smalls.
I see a child that looks like mine.
Right, this is the first character.
What's up, Ava?
On D&D Beyond.
How you doing, baby? Good. What are you doing? What?
Just saying goodnight.
Oh, just saying goodnight to Daddy? Okay.
Night, Ava.
It's good to see you.
Good night.
All right. Here we go. What did you say your background was, Dholdorik?
Let me see. Well, lifestyle is modest. Background, I think, was haunted one.
But even with that, you still would get like 10 gold as starting.
Yeah.
Okay. So should I just put 10 gold then?
Yeah, go and just put 10 gold in.
Okay.
Because 10's the base, but like depending on your background, you'll get additional.
All right, subtracted 5 since I'm buying this NC stick.
Yeah, so actually there's a starting wealth by class. So in the case of, you're the druid, right?
Yep.
So roll a 2 die 4. This is what I'm gonna have you do. Roll 2d4.
Okay. Rolling my virtual dice on D&D Beyond.
Yep, I can't see it, so I don't believe you.
So I got 7.
Wow.
No, you didn't. Oh wait, 2 die 4. I'm sorry, 7. Yes. All right, so 7. So 2d4 times 10. Okay, yeah. So 70.
Nice.
I didn't have everybody do this. So you're a monk. So oh snap.
Monk is Greek for
Yarxhan,
blood.
roll 5d4.
Really?
Yep. Just 5d4, not times 10.
So
Just
so
5d4.
I mean,
started
yeah, 5d4. I know, yeah.
So I started off with 70 gold, then I just spent 5.
Yes.
Okay.
That is 13.
13. That's perfect. So add 3 more gold to your total.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. That's that. You're a monk. You live.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. That sounds about right.
Where did Brynar go?
He went to use the bathroom or something.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. We're recording. Okay, Genta, you are
Hey.
what class are you, dude?
Hey.
Where is it?
He is a gold.
Aren't you a
I'm a noble.
fighter or something like that?
Yeah, but
You are a fighter. So I need you to roll 5d4 times 10. It's gonna be your case. Actually, in your case, because you are royalty, I'm gonna have you roll 6d4.
Okay.
It's all about that bling bling. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Okay, I got 1-4. Second roll. Oops. So 12 total.
Okay, so 12 total.
Yeah.
So 12 times
I'm right
10.
back.
So that's 120 gold. So I'm going to pull an audible. Your your foreign gold has a foreign exchange as an exchange rate, so you now have regular gold.
Oh, tight.
Yeah.
So how much gold do I have in total then?
120.
Okay.
Thank you to your royalty.
So I add 120 then, right?
What do you have right now? How much gold do you have on you now?
25.
Okay. So you're gonna add actually 95
Okay.
gold.
My gold like
5d4 times 10 for Brynar if he'll come back. He's about to lose out on gold for not being at the table. Mess around here and be squalid. Okay, so you got a staff. Going back. So Genta, did you decide you want to buy that armor? What did you want to do?
Can I get more info on it?
I mean, it's a basic armor.
It's just like a basic kind of armor.
Yeah. I'd say nothing special about this armor.
What about the bracers?
The bracers grant an extra +1 to your armor class, and the chest plate adds an extra 1 also. So it's about the same.
How much for both of them?
So an elderly man walks out and sees you, looking at everything, and he says, "Oh, so you like the pieces of armor, huh? I've worked very hard on these. This is one of my nicely crafted pieces." He goes, working for the Spear, they allow me to make a lot of good materials for everyone. Are you interested?
I believe so, yes.
Great. That's great. That will be 5 gold pieces for the bracers and 8 gold pieces for the chest plate.
I'll take them, yes.
Great. Excellent. Nice doing business with you. So if there's anything else you need, please feel free to look around and return. whatever. It's wonderful. All of these things that you see here are Spearman exclusive items only. No one from the general public can buy the goods that we have here. So please remember, come back anytime. I'm always making something new. Okay. All right. Brynar.
Sorry, you said that was 185.
So 8 and 5. So
Okay.
it's 13 gold.
All right.
So you'll subtract that from your amount of gold there. Okay.
Not bad. All right. Cool.
All right.
How do I add that equipment to myself so I can?
So this is like pretty much.
It's pretty basic stuff, right?
Basic armor, yeah. Let me go on here. Genta view. So let me go on equipment, manage equipment. I'll go ahead and add that there. So pretty much a breastplate. So the breastplate there, I'm going to add that to your inventory there. Okay.
Okay.
Did I add that already? Oh, there you are, Whitetail. 5d4 times 10. Roll that for me.
Okie dokie.
Huh?
Times 10.
Total, so 10 times 10?
No. I'm asking times 10.
Yeah,
Okay,
times 10.
why did that just... There we go. That is 23.
So 23 times 10, 230 gold. So how much gold do you have in your inventory now?
I currently have... I have 1 silver and 15 copper.
Okay. So add that gold to your inventory and take out the silver and copper. So you just have. So I'll make that 229 gold.
229? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Diabetes.
Mynos?
Oh, well, Wilford Brimley just died, so.
Hey, what? Oh, yeah.
Was it from diabetes?
I
Hang on. Maybe.
shouldn't laugh, but I would. if it was true. Not that you should laugh about it.
That's terrible. How could you, man?
I know. I'm sorry. It's like the joke I've been having about Kanye West causing peace and security.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you right now, I will laugh my way into the Great Tribulation if that happens.
Boo.
Watch me. I'm dead
So
serious.
funny.
Like when we go running into the basement to hide from the authorities, I will dance my way into the basement if that's what happened.
Boo.
We running from Kanye proclaiming peace and
Like,
security.
this is Kanye's fault. This is all Kanye's fault. You know how ridiculous that will sound?
I knew it.
But dude, you know what? I just read that like people are actually like supporting him to run for president.
Of course they are.
I mean, if Trump
not surprised.
I'm just saying because like Sunny and I got into it. She was like, "There's no way people are gonna vote for him." I'm like, first of all, they just let literally a businessman run the country.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget that one wrestler and a movie star ran states. So I'm just saying.
And we also had a movie star who was president.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying it's not impossible for Yeezus to run in there and run the country.
Oh, Lord.
You know, if Manny Pacquiao can run the Philippines, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, if Wyclef can literally take over Haiti, I'm just saying,
Nothing's far-fetched anymore. That's what's so sad. All right,
I'm
fellas.
telling you, I'm dead serious. I will laugh so hard if Kanye West was what caused unity in his pagan world. I will laugh so hard.
All right.
I will cartwheel, which I haven't cartwheeled in like 20-something years. I will
Dude,
cartwheel.
you do that, you're gonna hurt your knee, man.
I will risk it. I will risk it. I will risk it to pop off into the Great Tribulation.
Not gonna care.
Oh man.
All right.
I called it.
Let's jump back in because we're gonna be on some time. We got quite a bit to cover. I mean, I got a whole month, but still.
Wow.
So, I'm gonna shut up, Dave. So, all right. So, does everybody have Dholdorik? He's got his cool staff. Chris, you got your cool staff. Dholdorik's got his stuff. Yarxhan.
I'm on the floor of the main garrison like a little kid drawing.
Yeah, he's cool, chilling.
My sticky friend.
So 30 minutes. 30 minutes have passed at this point. And so now you guys are to make your way over to the airport, the airship port, to meet up with your airship pilot. Top close to the main garrison. Okay. Don't fill it up all the way, just halfway. You need to do the same. Okay. So you guys arrive there at the airship port. You guys get to the airship, and you are met by a spearman who salutes you guys as you guys are walking up and into the airship. And one of the spearmen who's inside of the air, a few of the people that are inside of the airship, kind of running everything. This is not the same airship that you guys arrived in. This is not Xander's airship.
The Hercules.
Yeah. That's not his ship. This is another airship that's provided by the Aubergene Spire. And
is it called the Hermes?
No, man.
The Hermes.
Man.
So
Hermaphrodites.
No.
Whoa, that's a different thing entirely.
Oh.
Different thing entirely.
Drama reference.
Anyway, so yeah. So you guys are inside of there. You see the workers, the other spearmen that are inside, kind of working frantically. You guys see them pulling out some bags that are there, which you guys can obviously see are the hollow chutes that. Yes, Yarxhan, you're not familiar with that. I mean, not a lot of you are, but those are all those things sitting there. And there's another small bag that's right next to it as well. And you guys are kind of, being around the Aubergene, but you guys recognize these as like the med bag, like a medic bag. So certain healing stuff in there that's available to you guys that has been provided for you all. Okay? You guys have some healing equipment as well. Okay. Okay, what was that?
I have no
Oh.
idea.
That's Rochelle laughing
That
in
was
the
a
other
vacuum
room.
that time.
Wait, no, what are you talking about?
That was a vacuum that time. That had to be in. Heard vacuum
Nah,
and then a lot of yells
no.
and laughing.
I thought
No.
we established the whole that it was.
Yeah, we've had
We know
that.
it's Rashawn.
But we already
Hey.
established that it was like
Vacuums or not, it's Rashawn. Okay.
man.
All
I
right.
don't know why I'm getting all.
Yeah, how are you offended?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm.
I appreciate you being offended for me, but I mean, you don't need to. I can get offended all on my own. That's fine. I appreciate it.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
It's cool, man. It's cool. I appreciate the backup, but you don't need to.
So you guys take off. You guys are taking off, over Fort Gavin. About 20 minutes later, you guys start reaching over. You guys start approaching the Rhinoth Range. There, you guys are moving a little bit south towards there, and towards the end of the Rhinoth Ranges, you guys reach some taller mountains, which is like the tail end of the mountains, which is a lot bigger. These mountains are a lot taller. These mountains are turning in color. The mountains on the Rhinoth Range are kind of like a grayish marble type color. Very prominent, very strong, tall, very majestic type mountains. But as you're coming towards the end of the Rhinoth Range, you could tell the mark of where the range starts to end, and you're coming to that. As you see the color of the mountains start to change into a copper type golden, like a not golden, but like a muddy red color. And these mountains too are extremely tall, but these mountains are starting to become a little bit more jagged. And out of these mountains jut out some of these, which is kind of unusual for mountains, but you guys see these kind of almost like stalagmite type spikes come out of these mountains as well, out of these mountains also. And as you start cresting over those mountains and come further into view, you guys all of a sudden start to see off in the distance the Aubergene Spires, which are obviously stalactite type structures that jut out from the ground straight up. Some of these have mountains and hills, like many mountains and hills that are along them, but the most prominent structures are these gigantic spikes that jut up at least between 75 and 100 feet high and taller, that just pretty much litter the entire landscape. And if you look farther off, you also see the orc village that's kind of like a speck at this point from your vantage point, but you see it far off in that distance there. As you guys are starting to reach the crest of these mountains, you guys all of a sudden hear one of the spearmen yell, "All right, gentlemen, it's almost time for your stop in about 5 minutes. This is where you're going to be jumping off, guys."
I'm excited. Let's do this.
All right, so
Grab Ruby.
Started. Have any of you used a hollow shoot before? Or do you
Never. I run up. I'm like excited. I have not.
Oh, okay. Like your enthusiasm, but hey, you need to calm down a little bit because you get a little too excitable. You're prone to make mistakes. And a hollow shoot is very important that you don't make mistakes. It's very important that you're precise. It's very important that you're accurate. Okay, so it's very simple. Guy spearman picks up one of the hollow shoots, right, and he reaches into the bag and he puts these two discs on his shoulders, and as he does that, and then all of a sudden he takes the backpack and he slings it on, and it's kind of like a small backpack that just goes across the top of his shoulder blades, and he puts it on and goes directly down the middle. It's almost like a Y shape that goes down the middle of his back, and the straps connect over the little two discs that are on his shoulders, that are attached to his shoulder. He goes, "So here's what you do. You're gonna put on the hollow shoot. Okay, you got these two straps right here. You're gonna hold on to those very tight. When you're going off and you jump straight down. You can dive, you can simply fall, whatever. But it's important that when you pick your trajectory, you pick it strong, you pick it clear. This," and he points down, "is to where you guys are going to land. This is your touchdown spot or your splashdown point. It's very important that you all try your best to hit that splashdown point exactly. Anything missing, anything further from that can take you anywhere in these mountains. That's not the thing that you want to do. So you're going to want to be very careful. You understand?" All right. So as soon as you're out in the air, you can move your arms around. You can do whatever you want to do. You can have fun. That's fine. But as soon as you pull these straps, you pull them down straight down at a 90-degree angle, straight down, that will come up, and immediately the chute will then open up and cloud you in nanites, which will then encompass your whole body and cloak you physically for a certain amount of time. You also have a slow fall effect that happens as well. But again, it is important that this is the time that you remain very focused, because again, any sporadic movements that you have, aside from your splashdown, will jerk you off into another direction. You can't afford that. And Aubergene Spear can't go off looking for you if you go missing because you didn't know how to do something right in, a hollow shoot. Okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. I've given you the full on deal. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
How fun is this?
If you do your job, it's very fun. If not, it's not fun at all.
I plan to have all the fun that more persons can have before exploding.
Okay. Again, love that enthusiasm, buddy. All right, keep that up. Again, calm down though when you get in the flashpoint, okay? Like keep that excitement, but leave it for when you hit the ground, buddy. Okay?
I'm like in the bag already, like digging out looking for the disc.
All right. So you guys are so you guys finally hit the point, and one of the spearmen says, "All right, guys, it's time to line up to the edge. You guys, come on, let's go.
Yes, let us go. Let thee go."
All right, Yarxhan's the first one at the door. The rest of you guys, Dholdorik, Genta, what are you fellas doing?
Oh no.
If you recall, Dholdorik spent most of the trip inside the cabin because he didn't like being in the air. So Dholdorik is sweating.
Yep.
Sweating buckets.
So the captain comes up and he sees Dholdorik, and he sees he's visibly just worried, just not having a good time. He comes up and he grabs you. He grabs you by the shoulder. He's like, "Bah, come on, man, use a mighty orc, buddy. Come on, hey, no thing. All you gotta do is just focus. All you gotta do, guess what? This is what I want you to do. What's something that means a lot to you, buddy? What's something that means a lot to you?"
Is he
He has a son.
You have a son?
Is he just kind of is he standing at the gate kind of thing, like at the door?
No, right now he's standing right in front of Dholdorik. There's another gentleman, another spearman that's right by the door where Yarxhan is. Yarxhan's just over there, just like ants and just.
Yeah, I'm like practicing the dive. Like,
we already have the pattern on to jump out, right?
Say what?
We already have the equipment on to jump out with.
Right? Yeah. And in fact, one of them is helping you put yours on. You're so big, he's trying to figure out how to put that on you. But yeah, you're getting helped out getting it put on. But yeah.
Okay. Where am I in like accordance with Dholdorik?
With Dholdorik, you're pretty close. We're about 10 feet away from him, maybe.
So I kind of see that he's like having a hard time getting ready, mustering up the strength to do it.
Yeah.
And so as one of the attendants has like finished helping me put mine on, I kind of like come up to him and you could use seems like you could use a hand there. So get going. You have a bit of a fright for this, do you? And I kind of just like I use my one of my arms to just like pick him up, and seems like I could give you a hand here. It doesn't seem like you're gonna make the jump out of the plane at all.
And the captain who's trying to hype him up, be like, "Nah, he's got it. He's a big orc, man. He's got this. Hey, look, what do you like? What you think about? You mentioned you got a son. You got a son? You got a son? Think about your heading towards your son, buddy. Think about you're heading towards that goal. You're focused. You want to get to your boy down there. That's where he is, man. You just keep your focus on that. That's where you go." And all of a sudden, as he's saying that, he sees Genta just scoop up Dholdorik like nothing into his huge arms and just like hoist him up on like his bicep. But I mean, he's not tiny, but
it's like
I mean,
it's like the DK throw.
It's the cargo throw. It's the cargo throw.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's the
DK throw from Smash.
Cargo throw.
Yeah. Because DK and Smash just puts you over his shoulder, starts walking with you.
Oh, okay. So you see this big giant monkey guy carrying this big giant orc dude. with no effort. I mean, you guys are almost the same size, but not quite. I mean, there's a still considerable size difference, but you guys are both.
I'm
big
tall,
guys.
but I'm stringy.
Oh, you're tall and lanky?
I'm like old and sinewy. Hey, my strength score is
Right,
only.
You're a bitter old bat. That's right. I keep forgetting that.
I'm tall, but my strength score is only 15. I'm old.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, most definitely. Then he's like carrying old man at work on the shoulder, kind of, with him, and he's got him in his arms, kind of, walking towards the door now. And then the other guy's like, "All right, guys, it's go time. It's go time. Let's go. Hey, will the spear be with you guys? All right." Opens up the door, and time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
I literally backflip out.
All right. Yarxhan does his backflip straight out. And actually, he's so stoked, but it is stinking perfect. If you were walking out, and you could rate that from like a 1 to 10 in a gymnastics competition, he does a perfect 10, just straight out of the airship.
When your dexterity is 18, you have the acrobatics of
yeah. That's why I just gave that to you. I've seen your stuff. So does that. Genta. What are you doing? Jump out? Go out? What's up?
Yeah, so I'll jump out with Dholdorik over my shoulder.
Oh my gosh!
Just don't throw him against the stage.
So you see,
oh man!
So the spearmen just all of a sudden see Genta just almost like this do this light sprint out and just jump just straight out into the air and you guys are.
So here's what happens as he does that. My last just kind of keeps going from when the guy was asking me a question, and once we have left the and once we have fully left the ship, it goes from that into the screaming goat.
Okay. All right.
And that just suddenly fades as he goes.
So I look like Tommy from the Power Rangers movie, just full on, just going nuts and just enjoying it.
Let's see.
Meanwhile, I'm planking on Genta's shoulder here.
Yeah. So you guys are free falling at here. You guys are about 8,000 feet in the air, falling down. Just bolting it straight down towards your target, towards the Aubergene, the tail end of the Brynar range. So as you keep following, you guys still have air and things like that. So what I want you guys to do is continue to make some acrobatics rolls.
Oh, that's.
So Yarxhan, I'm going to have you make the first roll. Go ahead and use your bonus with that as well.
What? Are you talking about
acrobatics bonus?
13.
13. That's with your bonus.
I mean, that's my skill roll.
Right. Okay, so your dexterity is 18, right?
What that makes it a +4, but because I am proficient in acrobatics, it's a +6.
Right.
So I rolled a 7, so that's a 13.
Oh, 13. Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So Yarxhan is just straight up Tommy from the White Power Rangers. just spinning in the air, doing tricks, and just killing it. He's just loving it. You just hear him just screaming, just having the best time ever. Genta,
I like a bird flying away.
Because of the air and everything, what I want you to do is I want you to make a strength saving throw, please, to see if you keep Dholdorik in your arms as you're falling, please. First.
I got a 10.
That's including your saving throw bonus?
Or that's for my strength, right?
Right. So what did you roll? 20
actually, shoot. No, sorry. That was the wrong thing. 1 second. 13. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's say.
Okay, so you rolled a 13. You rolled a 20-sided dice and got a 13.
Yeah. 20-sided dice with my strength saving throw.
And it's 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. So you're holding on. So you're holding on tight to Dholdorik during this whole time while he's goat screaming. So now what I want you to roll is I want you to also roll your acrobatic saving throw. So in this case, it'll be your dex. So roll a 20-sided dice. Add your +1 acrobatics to that, please.
So 16 plus 1. So 17.
17?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, no problem, dude. You got Dholdorik struck tight in hand, bro, and you're bolting down. Now, because of your weight and how heavy and big you are, you're going down a little bit faster. You're kind of reaching Yarxhan, who was spearing down at first, and he's like coming up and just kind of flipping around and doing that, and then he's spearing down some more, and you shoot right past him like a rock, pretty much, because you're just
big and heavy.
Yeah, Dholdorik, I'm going to have let me have you make a Constitution.
Oh boy.
Throw, sir.
See if he loses his battles.
That is a 19.
19. Cool. So as you're plummeting down, Genta's got you held tight, and you're plummeting down like a rock towards the mountains. And you feel your stomach start to turn, but you immediately start breathing hard what you can to try not to lose your guts, and you manage to keep your insides in pretty good. Okay.
Oh, it's simple. It's very simple. There was no room for vomit to come out because I have not stopped screaming this entire time.
Exactly. All right. So back up to the top. Yarxhan, I'm gonna have you do another acrobatics check for me, please. So now at this point, you guys are about 5,000 feet above. The mountains are starting to close in a little bit quicker than usual. At this point, when you guys are starting to reach the point where about the next roll, you guys are going to start using your at the final roll. Then you're going to start going to the point where you're going to have to start activating your sheets. Okay. So Yarxhan, go ahead and roll another acrobatics check for me, please.
That's a 14.
14, man. Yarxhan is just like, he's just killing it. Right now, he's like spearing it straight down. You see Yarxhan just straight towards the ground. Y'all thought the club was hype. Y'all thought seeing him in the bar was hype. He's just feeling it right now. And then all of a sudden, as you see him doing it, all of a sudden you see him just put out his arms and his legs just completely in like a star shape and just kind of like float down and slow down.
Hey man, I trained my body as a weapon, so I learned how to use the body.
And you're slowly starting to catch up with Genta, so you kind of use it to kind of go in sync with what Genta is. Genta, I need you to roll another acrobatics check, please. Your turn.
Just my straight acrobatics.
Right, you're gonna roll an acrobatics check, and so 20-sided acrobatics, and add your bonus to that.
Okay, so 10.
So 10 plus 3, you're 3, or is that with your bonus?
No, 7 plus 3, sorry.
7 plus 3, okay. So, yeah, you're managing to hold on. The wind's starting to get a hold of you, but you still manage to go on. I'm going to have you make a strength check, though. Can you have you make your strength saving throw, please? And this is to see if you hold on to Dholdorik.
10 again, total.
So you rolled a 5 with the 20-sided dice?
Yep, 5, and then 5 plus 5 strength.
Okay, so Dholdorik starts kind of slipping out, kind of starts slipping out, but you kind of sense that, and you kind of grab on just a little bit tight, and you hold on just a little bit more to Dholdorik, to where he's not slipping out. So good job, Dholdorik. Again, bro, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Deer screaming. Again, your Constitution is going to see if you lose your guts. 12. Hey man, you being a trooper, bro. So you're getting held on. You feel Genta. You start feeling yourself as you're screaming, like kind of slip out. But then all of a sudden you feel Genta's grip like hold on a little bit tighter to you. So you panic for like a split second, and you scream like ah, and it like more goat screaming. Again, you manage to hold in your guts, so you're just fine. So now this is the third round of you guys' skydive. So this is going to be your final acrobatics roll, Yarxhan. So, Yarxhan, go ahead and roll your acrobatics roll for me.
15.
Man. So, Yarxhan, you're seeing it, dude, and you're flying down, and all of a sudden you do another spear. And now, Yarxhan, because you speared straight down, can you make I would like you to make an insight check, please. I'm sorry, perception check.
Perception, okay. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay. So you're not seeing anything just yet, but you're heading straight down. The mountains are starting to come up close to you, but you're not quite seeing the splashdown point just yet. Okay. Can I have you then? Yeah. So, okay. So let's go to Genta. Genta, I need you to make your final acrobatics check, please.
Uh, 9 + 3, 12.
12. Okay. So you're good. Need you to go ahead and make your strength check.
25. So I rolled a 20. I rolled a
Wow. Wow.
Very
There you
nice,
go.
Dholdorik, dude. Yeah, you ain't let him go not a one time. So Dholdorik, I mean not Dholdorik. Genta, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Okay. Okay, 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're flying down, Genta, and you got your tight hold on Dholdorik, you actually can see the splashdown point that was told that the captain up top told you guys where you need to land.
Oh, dope.
Okay. Dholdorik, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
11.
11, man, you're holding it in. Very nice. I need you to go ahead and also make a perception check, please.
That's a 17.
Ooh, nice. So in fact, since your roll is higher, so pretty much as Genta's falling down and his grip is secure on you, you're starting to feel a look. At this point, you feel pretty secure in Genta's arms, so you kind of just let him have the control. So you're in your mind, you want to get out of the situation as possible. So you're looking around frantically, and you definitely see the splashdown point. Okay, where you're supposed to land at. So based on what you guys see, what do you want to do?
Who is playing Animal Crossing right now?
Oh, that's my wife. We just got the Switch, so.
Genta, Dholdorik, what would you guys like to do?
Okay, so can you what's happening with us?
Immediately distracted.
So you guys both see the splashdown point where you guys are supposed to land in the mountains, where you guys were told that you guys need to land. You guys now are about 3,000 feet in the air.
Oh, so I can see it.
You can see it. Dholdorik definitely has a better view of it than you. He's like very focused on it. He's like he's done with this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head directly. I'm just gonna keep heading directly to it. Like
you want to head directly to that?
Great. Okay. Yeah. No, we're getting in the thick of it.
Okay. Dholdorik, what are you doing?
Sorry, were you talking to me this time?
Yeah, Dholdorik.
Sorry. Someone was talking to me. Okay, so I see the splashdown point. Are we still falling?
Yeah.
Well, since Dholdorik is being held by a very super strong monkey man and is currently experiencing his mortal fear, I think he's going to continue to scream.
Okay. Okay.
Dholdorik is good at many things. Flying is not one of them.
Hey, and
not yet anyway.
I need 4 more levels before I can do anything like that.
All right. So you guys
That's
see.
fair.
So Yarxhan, as you're kind of flying, you're still in your zone pretty much. This is the most exhilarating experience for you that you've been in. So much so you're kind of distracted a little bit. You're still kind of alert to where you need to go, but you are just in the zone, bro. But you do notice, what's your passive perception?
It's a 14.
It's a 14. Okay, so because of your passive perception, I'm going to allow you to see Genta kind of moving toward a specific point. You see him at first; he's like falling, but then all of a sudden, you see him kind of focusing on a specific spot in the mountains.
I was gonna say because I rolled a 9, he rolled a 10, so I wouldn't be off that completely.
Right, no. But 10 was the number that I need you guys.
Right, no, yeah.
So, but that's why I allowed your passive perception too, because then you could see him, doing that. So because of that, then you kind of switch direction and kind of surmise that that's the splashdown point. And as you're looking, you actually see that splash point at this time too. Okay, so now you guys are about 2,000 feet in the air. Per your instructions, you guys are supposed to now activate the
Hollow shoot.
the hollow shoot. Okay. So I'm so Yarxhan, I'm going to need you to make an intelligence check, please.
A what?
Intelligence.
That is the correct response, David.
What?
I don't know if he has that, dude.
Just to pull some straps?
Yeah.
Let's go back to earlier in the game. You pressed the comm signal like multiple times incorrectly.
Yeah, but you're asking me to use a comm badge was never existed, but straps to pull?
This isn't a regular parachute. This is something different. This is a different type of tech.
Okay, it's just like he gave instructions to pull it at a very specific angle, a very specific way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an idiot, so why would I not just do that?
Go ahead and roll, sir.
Okay.
Don't get mad.
It's just based on my character, it doesn't make sense. It's 10.
10, perfect, awesome. So you go ahead and pull the strap there. You don't gotta get mad, dude. That's if I have you roll, it's for a specific reason. So just flow with it, okay? It's all good. Dholdorik and yeah, I'm gonna have Genta roll first. Go ahead and roll your intelligence check, please.
Intelligence saving throw or just intelligence roll?
No, your intelligence. It's an intelligence. Yeah, just raw intelligence.
Okay. That's a 20 plus 2.
Perfect. Okay. At this point in time, Genta, what are you deciding to do with Dholdorik? Because you're this close down, are you letting him go, or are you going to keep holding on to him?
I'm going to keep holding on to him.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's probably the best thing for both of us.
Okay. All right. So as you guys approach the splashdown point, you guys then all of a sudden flip down and go straight down, kind of jerk your body from the spear point, and you guys kind of switch your body midair to where you're going almost like foot first. You guys pull your straps, and as soon as you pull your straps, as you're holding on to the straps, the nanites then start activating from inside of your hands and start crawling all over your body. And as they crawl all over your body, you guys immediately start seeing your bodies disappear. What looks like it's disappearing. Okay. And as this happens, like all over your body, it's like this weird, like cold type feeling. And as you guys are doing it, you all of a sudden see you guys are now starting to be like 1,000 feet in the air. You're dropping further, and now as you get closer, the earth is starting to come up, even faster. Mm-hmm. But suddenly, as you get to that point, all of a sudden now your slow fall then activates exactly at where it needs to be. at the perfect point for the both of you. And your slow fall, you know, helps you guys descend. You guys are coming down slowly. You guys are coming slowly down. And you guys land exactly at the spot where you guys need to be successfully. I guess Dholdorik's goat screams, ah! And all of a sudden, as you guys, Genta, as he hits the ground, what I would like you guys to do, you guys are hitting a slow fall nice. It's slow fall, so I was gonna have you do a dexterity, but you guys, you rolled a 20, Yarxhan rolled a 10. You guys hit the spot where you need to be. So you guys just kind of slowly hit down your splash zone and land right on your feet where you need to be. As soon as your feet touches the ground, from your feet up, the nanites go away. It's almost as if they're sensed and were programmed to, like, as soon as you hit the ground, then all of a sudden you see your feet start to reappear from your legs, from your feet to your legs on up. And all that's left at this time are the 2 discs that are on your shoulders. The only one with the full pack still on is Dholdorik, who is still screaming with his eyes closed, as he's now just on the ground screaming, ah! You know, whatever you decide to do. His backpack is still, it's not active, so he's the only one with his backpack on.
So as soon as we touch ground, I like to go completely and like find the nearest like area of like bushes and just immediately hide.
Okay. So actually, so when you land, you see some of the little spikes that are near you that you guys saw from the ground, but there is a tuft of like a thicket of bushes that are right there. So you go ahead into that thicket and hide. Genta, what are you doing? Dholdorik. Well, Genta, what are you doing?
I gently, like, or not gently, but I put down Dholdorik and start to look around to see if like any of the other teammates have landed too, to regroup with them.
Right. So you turn, and as you put Dholdorik down, you turn and you see Yarxhan dash into one of the thickets nearby to camouflage himself.
And I'll follow him to see what he's doing, because Lord knows. So.
Just give it away position.
It's like the game of hide and go seek, and that one kid rolls up to where your best spot is. No, this is my spot. No.
And then you get found first.
Yeah, you get first. Exactly.
Yeah.
I found this first.
So Genta goes over to the area, and he kind of realizes, okay, he's trying to hide. So he doesn't, hide in your thicket or nothing, but he kind of guesses and sees what you're doing. Dholdorik, what are you doing, boss?
Okay. So we're hiding now. People are hiding for some reason.
Well, Yarxhan is hiding. Genta did what he wanted to. You're on the ground still screaming.
Screams!
Okay. So I turn into a snake.
Wow.
Okay.
I am still screaming. It is no longer audible to you, though. And I slither over to Yarxhan. So I am now hidden as well.
Man, can't do nothing.
Can't
do nothing.
All right. So Dholdorik turns into a snake, slithers straight over to Yarxhan's hiding spot. Just stealing stuff, just taking up room. And I'm
a little snake. I'm not a big one.
So you're like a garter snake.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys have successfully reached where you're at. And you guys are doing, as you guys peer over there's a large view, huge view of the Aubergene Spires. You see, and even though it's rugged kind of terrain, that red color, it's actually like really beautiful. It's like looking over at, think of the Grand Canyon, but with like Grand Canyon, but also like stalagmite spires that are the size of those same mountains sticking out from out inside of it, on the side of it also. But imagine that, okay? That's kind of what you're looking at. But as you peer down further in, you guys see this massive, massive gaping black hole that like this, not crater, not hole, but like a crevasse type area, almost like a canyon type of thing, but it's completely black. Like everywhere else where you see these crags and craters, you know, you see the red, you can tell it goes down in different parts of it. But this is just completely black. It's dark. Okay. And that is the point where you guys are supposed to be entering to. Okay. I would like all you gentlemen to roll perception checks, please. Except for Brynar. So Yarxhan, Dholdorik, and Genta. And I'm gonna have you guys roll them with advantage because of the elevation you guys are at. And actually, I do need to ask another question. Do any of you guys have like enhanced vision?
Dark vision.
I mean, other than that, yeah, no.
No. Okay. So, Genta, do you have anything like that? I don't think you do actually.
I don't think I.
Monkey vision.
Monkey vision.
Nothing that applies in nothing that applies in this universe.
Okay. So I'll just have you guys roll roll your perceptions with advantage, please.
What's the advantage?
You roll twice, take the best roll.
Whatever the best roll, best roll
okay,
is.
Cool.
So I got 20.
Ooh.
Lord.
Not natural. Just
13.
No, just regular.
Not natural. I was like, dang. What was that?
Ooh, I got 19.
19. Okay, Dholdorik.
13.
13. Okay. So
he rolled a 20, most unnatural.
Yeah. So as you are, so in your case, Dholdorik, you're looking around, but you don't see anything because you're in the middle. So pretty much as soon as you turn into a little garter snake person, you like unable to see anything. So your snake eyes completely miss it. However, Yarxhan and Genta, as you guys are peering down the ravine, you actually see some movement down further that's heading toward the heading down towards the crater area, or it's like pointed in the crater area, and it looks like a whipping of a tail that's kind of goes off into the distance.
Oh,
and as you guys notice, it's actually the tail has a tip of white at the end of it.
So in that moment, I grab Dholdorik's little snake head and point in that direction. We found him.
Okay.
So where's the next like closest thicket?
The next thicket's probably about 10, 20 feet in front of you.
Right. So I monk dash to the next thicket.
Okay. So you gotta like crouching tiger, just like
oh yeah, just
straight through to the other. And you hear, and as he does this, you actually hear absolutely nothing as he's doing it. All right, Genta, what are you doing as you see this not little, but you see this white kind of lizard tail kind of like thrash and then disappear kind of into the rock area?
I dive right into it.
So you're a bit far away.
Am I?
You're not right there, no.
How far? Like if we're
But you observe it. I would say it's about 150 feet from you. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a ways, but you're able to notice it where you're just like, okay, there's someone down there. And yeah, and like I said, the tail has like a whitish tip at the end. Some you've seen before.
Okay. I can't like attempt to start going after it.
Huh?
I can't attempt to start going after it.
Yeah, you can go after it. You want to go after it? Okay.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No,
yeah, you're just not right there. Like you're like, wrong.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna start heading towards it.
Okay. All right. So Brynar,
Yes.
what are you? So right now you have been actually watching and observing this area for quite some time. You're well aware, and you are actually making your way to this area. You just got here. Actually, you've been traveling the entire night, whereas everyone else, they've been on the airship, so they got there. You just took off on foot.
Yeah.
So you camped out overnight, and then that morning you got up and you went and made your way over, and you climbed. You kind of took a path that was a kind of a safer path. You know how to terrain. You know how to go travel through mountainous regions because of the danger. So you understand that. So you took a region that was around. I would like you to go ahead and make a perception check yourself, please.
That is an 18.
18. Okay. So, as you're going, as you're dashing in between the thickets, because all around you in these mountains, there are no trees, but there are a lot of thick brush and gigantic bushes and thickets where you can kind of hide in and be kind of stealthy in. But as you're going into one of them, you notice as you're sitting there kind of looking around and observing the target where you're at, you're actually not even looking at the crater in the area there. You're kind of got your eyes on because your intent is to go towards the orc camp that's on the other side. Try to go towards find what you're looking for. But as you're going into the thicket, you all of a sudden hear this kind of rustling, and some rocks, like some steps, and you turn around, and far up, about 150 feet up from where you're at, you actually see what looks like Genta in that area. From what you remember Genta looking like, well, almost unmistakably. That dude's so huge.
Yeah,
but
he's the only ape I've ever met. So
yeah, so you see Genta kind of coming down towards you, kind of carefully making his way toward you and where you're at.
Why did they have to follow me? So I am going to roll stealth.
Okay.
Because even though on the one hand, well, I'm rolling stealth to try to hide better and
trying to evade everyone.
Yeah, because I'm in no mood to be talking with anybody. I'm in no mood to be reasoned with. I need to go find my family, and there's no two ways about this.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your stealth roll.
25.
25. All right. So you stealthily kind of continue forward, continue downward, and you kind of make your way more quietly down the ravine there, and kind of hide yourself in a way to where they kind of lose track of you. Okay. Yarxhan, so you dash into the other bush. What are you doing? What are you doing now?
At this point, did I see Genta just full on just go through?
Yeah, you saw Genta just take off straight down towards that direction where you saw Brynar.
I was just like, oh, but I training. And I just kind of go, keep to your ways. Know your surroundings. Be at peace. And I literally I don't stop doing what I do. I just dart from, I'm a little quicker about it, but I keep finding spots to be concealed, but monk speeded through each one.
Okay. And you're making your way down towards Brynar? Yes. Okay. All right. So as you're going down, you all of a sudden kind of but also kind of see. But what I want you to do, Yarxhan, because since you're kind of watching him, you are actually watching him and keeping an eye on him. I would like you to make a perception check for me.
17.
Ooh. Okay. So as you see Brynar kind of goes into the bush, and then all of a sudden you see him zip over into another bush, and just before you're going down, he goes into another bush. You don't hear anything, but just real quickly you see the tail again very quickly, but then just gone into the bush, into another bush further down, and Brynar's actually taken off pretty quickly down there. I mean, he's now starting to go faster. It's almost as if you're perceiving that he's almost he knows you guys are there, but he's trying not to be. He's trying to avoid being seen by you guys or something. You get that sense that he's trying to avoid you.
So I curse in Draconic, then I apologize in Draconic. Because Master Torgen said obscenity is for the ill-willed and the weak-minded. I am not weak-minded. So
That's your ill-willed?
We already know I'm not ill-willed.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
Uh-huh.
So I try to. I go darting toward the last part. I saw his tail disappear, and hoping I can find him as quiet as I can possibly can without. Because I respect the fact that this is considered Holy Land.
Okay.
And so I'm doing my best to not disrespect it, but at the same time trying to be expedient as possible.
Right. Got you. Dholdorik, Snake Boy, what are you doing now?
I shall cease being Snake and follow after the other people who are running into the dark hole after the Lizard Boy.
Okay. So the only person at your low vantage point that you could see, pretty much Genta's just stomped past you. So you just see that dude. So Yarxhan is probably the only one that you see. You'll go ahead and just follow him wherever he's going, slithering after him.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna change back into Orc Boy from
Okay.
Snake Boy.
All right. So you go into one of the thickets or towards one of the thickets, and in the meantime, you kind of reform like behind one of the thickets, hiding up next to Yarxhan. And as you transform, and Yarxhan kind of turns and sees you transform right next to him. And you two are kind of like right behind the thicket where you're at. Brynar, you are observing. Actually, let me have you go ahead and make another perception check to see if you see.
Okay.
Because you saw only Genta, so I need you to make another perception check.
That is a 10.
A 10. Okay. So you're hiding in the area there, and you're kind of looking around, kind of where you're at, and you continue just kind of moving forward and down. You look around and you don't see Genta anywhere near you, and in fact, you see Genta, but he doesn't see you. And he's kind of just like he's looking down at the thicket where you were at, kind of looking for you, but you're gone, and just like you kind of continue down, but you don't see anyone else around him. But in the back of your head that Genta's there, Yarxhan's there, and Dholdorik's got to be close by.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And Dholdorik's there because he tried to sniff you out with his little smelly stuff. But
Yeah.
Okay. So, but what do you want to do?
I'm gonna keep going stealthily down because I know, even though I can see Genta, I know and like you said, I know the other two around. I need to go as quietly and stealthily as possible, but I need to get away from them because I don't want to be convinced otherwise that I shouldn't be doing this or whatever. Okay. I need to do this.
Okay.
So,
I would like you guys now to roll
Jesus
dice.
Jesus Christ. I would like you guys to roll perception checks, please.
All of us?
All of you.
Oh, that was looking good. That's a
Dang.
6.
I got a 10.
I got a 5.
What is it? A perception
5.
check? You said
Genta.
perception.
Yes.
17.
17. So you guys are all going down the mountain, or down the hill. You guys are just kind of, stealthily traversing and making your way down. Genta, as you're going down, you're looking. You went to the thicket where you thought you saw Brynar's tail like whipping to, but you don't see him anywhere at all. But what you do see, as you're looking around, you see this spider, this little spider about the size of a Bluetooth speaker. You know those long oblong Bluetooth speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
You see a
Too big.
spider about that wide and that big around. The leg span is about that big around, so it's about maybe I'd say 15 inches just around. And in the bushes, and you see about 3 of them there. As you look and continue looking further, you actually see a few more that are scattered around where you're at. These spiders, they're not doing anything. They look and they almost kind of like startle, and they kind of like curl up, like in fear, because they see, when spiders sense a threat, they automatically kind of curl up, and so you see them all. As soon as they see you, they all do that to you. What do you do, Genta?
How big are these spiders?
Oh.
Wow,
Basically,
someone was
yeah.
not listening.
I'm sorry. I am nodding off.
15 inches around circumference,
Ah,
leg span, including leg span. Okay?
okay.
They're about the size of a Beats pill.
I shall turn into a giant spider and assert my dominance.
You turn into a giant spider and assert your dominance. That would be great if you were there and you saw this. You are not. It is you are next to Yarxhan. So the only one that sees this is Genta.
I apologize.
But they're okay. So they're in my vicinity, though, right? They're with me.
Yeah, you see them. As soon as you pull back the bushes, you saw this. You saw 3 of them in the bushes, and you looked around more, and you saw these other spiders, and the ones that are in the bushes like curled up in fear, and a few of them that are outside kind of did the same thing. But you see a couple of them kind of around in that vicinity.
Okay. So I wouldn't need to intimidate them then.
I mean, if you don't want to.
I'll intimidate them just for fun. But I'm gonna do an intimidation roll. But before I do that, I think more importantly, I'm gonna let Yarxhan and Dholdorik know that they're there.
I'll let them know that the spiders are there.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. So I'm gonna let Yarxhan know first. Because I feel like if we end up having to fight these things, if they, for some reason don't stay like curled up. So I kind of like point over and motion Yarxhan to come over slowly and let him know that there's something there.
Okay.
Like all silent kind of. And then I'm gonna roll intimidation so that they stay. To hopefully hope like that they stay that way.
Okay. So, does Yarxhan? You want Yarxhan to come over first, or do you want the royal intimidation first?
I'm gonna roll intimidation first, actually.
Okay.
And I can immobilize them basically. So I'll do intimidation, which mine is 13 plus 3.
So 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So the ones that are in the bushes actually stay there. They're freaked out. They're not moving. So they're in that defensive curled position. The other ones are kind of freaked out, but immediately they go down the mountain. The other ones that see you, they see you and they kind of go towards the mountain. And as you're seeing them crawling down the mountain, you see them converging into one like area, like one line, It's almost like a path, like they're going somewhere. Yarxhan, so you point over to Yarxhan, you tell them to come over. Yarxhan, what are you doing? What do you do?
In my mind, I'm assuming he got Brynar, so I work my way over there.
Okay.
I'm like, did you find him? Oh. And I'm like, oh, hello. I am Niemra Yarxhan from the clan Niemra.
And I instantly regret my decision. Like that episode of The Simpsons with like with Ralphie and Lisa, and it's like you can see the moment his heart breaks. That's me. To the moment my heart.
We are here, but as I'm just speaking, I'm like, we are not here for you. We are here to look for our friend who has a white tip on his tail. Technically, it's not the white tail because it's not the whole tail, but we are going to let that pass because we care about him and we want to find him. Can you help us?
And these spiders are just looking up and like are just still curled in their defensive position. There's 3 spiders that are just like belly up, curled up, and just not moving.
I'm like, feel bad. Can I persuade him that I'm friendly?
No,
I really am.
They're paralyzed in fear right now. Now they got, at first they had this gorilla, now they got a dragonborn. That's like staring down at them. They're not uncurling.
So I grabbed one of them and started like rocking him. No, we're here. We're good. We are good.
My God.
I promise. We're not here for you. We want our friend.
Do I hear that? Do I hear Yarxhan say that?
Why are you so sad?
All right, so
I'm out for balance and peace.
Spiders, the spider actually bites you.
Ooh.
It bites you in self-defense and takes off. What's your armor class, Yarxhan?
16?
16?
Yeah, 16.
It rolled a 17. It just barely like hit
Whoa.
you.
That stupid spider. Up yours.
All right, so it bites you.
Hey, man, you made that decision. That was all you.
Bites you.
Bro, you're dumb behind went full gorilla mode on him. Full DK on baby spiders.
You're not supposed to make friends with them.
You're not supposed to intimidate baby spiders.
Man.
You're that guy that goes to preschool and punch the teacher. That's what you're that guy.
Yeah,
Hey,
assert your dominance.
Oh my God.
I'm a kid.
Yarxhan, fortunately for you, you take 1 point of poison damage.
Donate, just dominate.
Yeah, exactly. See, he gets it.
So this spider, as soon as it bites you, it like wriggles out and totally crawls away to where the other spiders went off to. Brynar, I need you to make a perception check, please, because you're further down the mountain.
Yeah.
We better be glad I am not playing Chisel right now because I'd have smashed that spider so bad. Really? You're gonna bite me? Really?
14.
14. Okay, so as you're hiding in your thicket and you're moving down and maneuvering down the mountain, you see a line of spiders, the line of spiders that you have, and you saw them earlier, but you were just kind of maneuvering around them. You weren't bothering them or anything like that. You're familiar with these spiders. These types of, well, not this exact type, but you're familiar with kind of like the patterns of how spiders work because you're a ranger, used to being out in nature. But this is a little bit interesting because spiders don't usually go in a perfectly uniform line or path. Mm-hmm. These spiders are. It's almost like they were ants, but instead it's spiders imitating what ants are doing. And they're going down a unique, perfect line. And then finally, you see one spider that's like scurrying super fast more than the others. That's coming down and catching up with the other spiders, and they are going down the mountain in a specific, very uniform pattern straight down the mountain. You all of a sudden, as you look forward further down, you're kind of looking down into kind of where they're going. And I want you to roll one more perception check for me.
11.
11. Okay. So really quick, you see them disappear, but you're trying to look over to see where they're going, but you totally can't see. It's kind of like kind of like a steep drop over the mountains where you've reached where you need to climb down in order to get to the next part to go down. So as you're making your way down toward there and you start climbing down the mountain, when she comes, no, when you're climbing down the mountain,
I was wondering when that was gonna be made. I was waiting for it.
and you look back and downward, you actually see like the line of spiders that are going down there fast, and all of a sudden you see this it almost looks like a pit of all of these spiders, like a massive like crater of all of these spiders where they're gathered. All of a sudden, as you're looking down at this pit and you're kind of hanging down using your rope from your bag, you all of a sudden see this huge crater of spiders just moving around slowly, and all of a sudden you see one spider leg start to come out, what looks like a spider leg come out of the pit and start coming out, and then finally another one comes out of the and comes out, and another one comes out, and finally all 8 legs, you see 8 legs come out, and out of the middle of the pit you guys see all of a sudden the full body of the spider come out, and it's not what you thought it was going to be. It's not the mother of the spider. As you look closer, you actually see it's all of the spiders, all the baby spiders combined together. Form this gigantic spider swarm.
Spider swarm.
They're all working together.
Spider swarm.
This big giant thing, yeah. And it sees you on the hill, and all of its eye, and it's creepy as get out, because as they're all looking up, it's almost as if, as you're observing, you see all the spiders seem to be positioned specifically in a certain direction. So you see, as you look up, it looks like you see how spiders have tons of eyes. It seems like certain spiders have been positioned in a way where their main position are sight. So it looks up as all their eyes are looking up. They all look like it's like one eye, but it's a bunch of,
That's freaky, yeah.
Looking up at you, and all of a sudden see you where you're at. And
joy.
Crazy sound as it now starts coming, and one of the legs just comes directly at you, Brynar. And that's where we're going to enter that game.
Oh, man!
Chris's fault.
You're very welcome.
Dude.
Why?
Why?
So cool.
Yeah, you're not the one getting targeted by it. I didn't do nothing to him.
Man,
Man, yeah, sure you do.
Hey, sorry it took so long to bring you back in, Brynar, but
God, I was wondering. I knew there was some setup to it, so.
Yeah. Gotta.
Hey, you ran.
Hey, I wasn't there for it. I didn't get a choice.
But you still ran when you saw us. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Hey, he's playing it. He's playing along.
That's all right. No, we're still blaming him. It's his fault.
Nah. I didn't scare the spiders, so that ain't me.
It's Chris's fault I got bit.
Wait, how?
How you a giant gorilla man gonna punk baby spider? What are you doing?
I don't know. You're gonna act a fool.
Just because your back air is broken, you don't kind of come in here and do back airs with a baby spider.
Are you trying to say all apes look alike? That's
all apes have broken back
up.
airs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That is
funny. It's just because I'm black.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the skydive? That's the first time I've never seen a skydive attempted in an RPG.
That was cool.
So that was the best way I could think of to try to do that.
I really wish I had Brynar in that.
I was debating either turning into something small and crawling on someone so I didn't have to do it, or having Dholdorik freeze. I'm like, which would be more in character for him?
Yeah, that was great. Goat screaming the whole way down. But you manned up. You didn't lose your guts, which is good.
Well, there you go.
So that's awesome.
Dholdorik is a brave man. He has climbed mountains. Yeah. But he's brave so long as he actually has earth beneath his feet.
And he's conquered a goal. He's conquered a fear.
I don't know if he's conquered it. Conquered?
No.
Nah.
I say faced it.
He's
He didn't
faced
conquer
it. Yeah, he
Faced
faced
it.
No.
He has not conquered it.
He
No,
faced it.
no. You see, what happened was someone grabbed my face and shoved it into my fear like a dog who pooped on the floor.
Hell yeah.
I was made to face my fear. But it was not by my own volition.
Yeah. That's funny. That's true. We never seen you turn into a bird before, so that does kind of make sense.
Yeah, I can't turn into anything with a flight speed until level 8.
No, okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
They
All
don't
right,
want
fellas.
people. They don't want you to cheese it by turning into a bird right away.
Very true. Very true. All right, fellas. So real quick before we sign out, I want to go ahead and assign experience
Jesus.
to you guys. This is. Let me see here. So let's start back from the top. So role play in general tonight, I'll go ahead and just across the board grant 100 experience for that.
Hey.
Okay. And my recommendation is just go ahead and write down your totals, and then at the end on your character sheets, just put in the total to put into your experience.
How much was that? 100 you said?
Yeah, 100 for role playing tonight.
Okay.
You guys' encounter meeting up with well, being able to have Aaliyah apologize, witness that, because that never happens. Y'all probably ain't gonna see that for a minute either. Apologizing for the little you guys encounter with her apology. That's I'm gonna give 50 points for that.
I hugged her.
Yeah, you tried to hug her. I'll give you 20.
No, I did hug her.
Yeah, I'll give you 25. I'll give you 25 for having some guts. That was right.
The best part is Yarxhan doesn't sit out big guts. That's just being normal.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I don't get the XP for seeing Aaliyah's apology though, because I wasn't there.
No, you were not.
Okay, just making sure.
No.
You said that was
what
50?
else? What else?
Was that 50 for that?
Yeah, 50 points. I'm trying to think. What else do we do tonight? What do you guys do tonight? Bring it up. Bring up some things.
I increased my calligraphy like.
Oh yeah, you brought that janky the calligraphy back. You found something wonderful, but they thought it was junk.
I upgraded my calligraphy skills.
Yeah, I'll give you 50 for that. For finding
what
that.
about us getting interacting like the shop people? I think they'll
you guys getting some cool gear. I'll go ahead and give everybody 50 for that. So Yarxhan's 50 for getting the calligraphy set. 50 for Dholdorik finding his cool new staff. And Genta.
Dholdorik used Vine Whip.
Super effective.
Super effective.
But we're fighting bug types now.
Yeah.
This is not.
And we're in a cave.
Cork it.
Oh, true. You're right.
That cork it.
Wait, since you're orc type, that means you're half dark type too.
Okay, and then what else? I swear to God, another Pokemon reference. Y'all losing this thing. Swear to God.
Hey, I didn't do nothing.
All right. Let's see here. What else? You guys. Okay, so you guys. So the skydiving.
Oh yeah.
The skydiving. You guys killed that. I'm going to give you guys 100 for that.
Yay.
That was cool. Brynar, you're so set on your mission. I'm going to give you $100. $100.
Hey, I won't say no. I won't say no.
Wait a minute.
No, 100 experience.
Okay.
For maintaining
I was gonna say, what's the exchange rate on the XP to $1?
I mean, seriously, I gotta know this now.
Yeah.
I got 3,400 XP. What does that turn into? Wait a minute.
Dude.
PS5 I'm trying to get. Shoot.
There you go.
You hear those things are backward compatible with the PS4 controllers? I thought that was
I thought they said they weren't.
No, it's only no. They're only backwards compatible for PS4 games.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I thought the backwards compatibility. I thought the backwards compatibility was going to be all the way to PS1.
I used the wrong word. I used the wrong word. I shouldn't have said backwards compatible. I'm sorry. That's only relation.
The backwards
I'm saying
compatibility
you
for
could
PS1 is only for digital games.
Yeah.
That's
I shouldn't have said backwards compatible.
good.
What I was saying, you could use a PS4 controller on the PS5.
Yeah.
Did they confirm that? I thought they said it wasn't.
Nope, you can. No, you can use
you
PS4 controllers for if because you can use them only when you're playing PS4 games.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So it's one of those like yes but no.
Yes, exactly.
That's trash. Either do it or don't.
Yeah, yeah.
That's dumb.
Well, you can
They're
still
dumb.
use
Right.
it to play PS4 games, but you can't use it on PS5 games, because of new features on the new controller.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah,
Right.
so it's yes but no.
So
Yeah.
you know what they're going to do?
Although,
They're
you know
gonna
what- you
come
know
out
what's
with
sick,
new
though?
controllers for the PS4 that you can use with the 4 and the 5.
Mhm.
Pay more money. That's
If you have,
exactly.
if you have however, for any special controllers, like if like fight sticks that are on PS4 work on PS5, so that's tight.
Yeah, because they're not standard types. That's why.
No, yeah.
All right. So, Brynar.
Yes.
Actually, who rolled a 20 tonight?
No, that was me. I
Well,
rolled a 20.
was it
No,
somebody
I
did?
I did.
Was it a 20? Or
Who
wait, was it a nat
No,
20?
I didn't roll a nat 20.
I had a nat 20 and I got 25.
Oh, was that where you got that 25 when you held on to to Dholdorik?
Yep, nat 20.
You didn't say that was a nat 20. You got to say
I
it.
did. I did say that. You said
He
it was
didn't.
sick.
No, he didn't say what
No,
it was the problem. He didn't
You didn't say that.
pop off. He didn't pop off.
Yeah, because he doesn't know the value of a nat 20 yet.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't know.
Okay. But being a 25 that you rolled that makes sense that it would be a natural 20. I'll let it slide. You got I'll give you 50. I'll give you 50 for that, bro.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. Brynar.
Yes.
You are the first one to encounter the spider swarm.
His fault.
Yeah.
Nah.
He
So
ran.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you 50 experience for encountering that, and probably be the first one getting mopped.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Finally return, and I only to get killed by spiders. Of course it would be spiders. Of course it would be spiders.
Yeah,
It would be spiders.
For you, yeah, it would be spiders.
As soon as you said there's a giant spider, I'm like, it's a big giant spider.
And first of all,
it's not any giant
just be clear, in any tabletop game, there's going to be a giant spider.
I know.
It's not any
I don't
giant
like spiders,
spider, though.
man.
There's always.
It's a giant spider
You're dealing in the
swarm.
world of Rising Legend, where nanites control even all living creatures. So these things are operating like a
Rajan knows there's a giant spider in my old game. Yeah, there's always going to be at least one giant spider.
That giant spider was interesting.
Well, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't change the fact there's at least one giant spider. There's always going to be at least one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So you guys did good tonight. Yeah, y'all was dead on with the rolls. Y'all killed it tonight, rolls wise. Anyways, nobody had any jank except the last perception roll was the only bad roll you guys had tonight.
Yeah, I botched that one.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna just give you guys 50 for just across the board for just rolling good tonight. You guys did good with the rolls. That's not very often that everybody's rolls are on fire.
So next week we fight a giant spider golem.
Yarxhan, this is the best rolling character you ever had, bro. You had the best roll luck, I swear. Since I've seen you in playing any tabletop.
Oh, in my tabletop career?
Yeah, you roll so well playing Yarxhan. It's the best.
Which is funny because in one of the tabletop games that I played with the guys, I was playing a halfling named Bowman Brandybuck. Man, I failed about 80% of my rolls. Every time I went to lie, I failed. It was so bad.
It was hilarious. And he was a thief. He was a thief. And he was a horrible thief.
I was so
it was
bad.
so funny. It was so funny.
My rolls backfired so hard in that
game. It was great,
though. So it's nice to have a character that succeeds, because Bowman, oh my god.
Yeah, Bowman didn't succeed at
I could not roll to save my life. It was so bad.
That is good.
And I started every lie with "see what happened was," and it never worked.
Yep.
It never worked.
Every time.
It was and I was the buffest halfling there ever was, and I could never get anything right. It was so bad.
Dang. That's man.
So mad. I was so mad.
Guys, take it away.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, fellas. Well, good job tonight. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Things are gonna start moving along pretty quickly. So next week, again, we'll meet up at 6:30, get going at 7. Play till 10, and then things are gonna start trucking along. I will say we're gonna start getting to the end of this campaign. pretty soon.
What?
So,
Wow.
yeah. Because after this, I'm gonna probably be taking a break for a bit as I'm preparing for Power Rangers Cypher.
What?
Yeah, that'll be the next campaign I'll be running. So,
Well,
what?
With that in mind, then.
No, calm down. Just write your questions down.
No. This is for the whole group.
Oh.
So, I got some inspiration for a game idea. Basically, think.
I'm not playing Terra Nova the RPG.
No.
Wow. No,
No.
he tried that.
I did. No, that was Danatopia.
Oh my
that was
God,
different.
are you serious?
I did Danatopia.
Wait, that sounds sick.
Danatopia was fun. I enjoyed it. But no. So think the world of Avatar meets the X-Men.
I'm listening.
So basically, I don't think you were with us, Chris. I had this initial idea to have all these elementals and whatnot. But
is that the one I asked you if I can be a Minotaur?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's already rolled up and everything. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, no. This is a different. No, here's
you had the audacity to get pissed off when I called you a black George Lucas.
David. No, David. It's David. No, it's the same world, but it's further back in history.
That doesn't mean I can't be a Minotaur.
The Minotaurs aren't there yet.
See, you're a horrible person.
Wow.
I can see if I can finagle it, but
they're ancient beings.
Yeah, but they're new to this continent.
You're a horrible person. I made like 5 Minotaurs of different classes just ready for this moment.
Well, hey man, if I could figure out a way to make the homebrew quicker, I would. If I could figure out a way to
I will take being a Minotaur that just woke up on the shores of your place with no memory, but he's holy in his heart.
We'll talk about it and see. But basically, the premise is the elementals are basically the magic users of this world, and they're kind of shunned and vilified, kind of like how mutants are. And
you don't know.
Hey, you want to hear this or not? Yeah, your interest is piqued. So basically, thus far, it's only been humans who can control the elements, and it's only been earth, fire, and water. Now, all of a sudden, more races are getting those 4 elements, and humans are developing hybrid elements. So to be a little bit crazier, and all those who can't use these elements are freaking out and they're worried. And so someone is gathering, no one knows who, someone is gathering these new users, these new elementalists into one spot to essentially establish a safe haven and a place